Two, one. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dragons and Dungeons. We used to be mines and mind flayers, and then they killed all the mind flayers, and we left the mines. I forgot the punchline after that, but we're gonna continue on as if I didn't. Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is the Tales of Revedia. This is an ongoing campaign. We have our wonderful party here, -1, so I guess that makes us even better because he didn't fucking show up. Fuck you, Zelthar. I hope this accidentally played. I was gonna make a joke.
Hey, your monsters might live this time.
Fuck you. I hope your phone's on speaker at the wedding because you want to check on what's going on at the stream. And I don't know. I don't fucking care.
No one's gonna know who Zelthar is there.
Hey, Garrett.
Now the internet knows.
Two people know. But we're going to be picking back off where we ended last week. Just to give you the quick rundown of who we have with us. It's the same people, believe it or not, as it's almost always been, despite the fact that one is missing. If we look on the right, you see no one's there, so we're going to skip him for the moment. But if we look under him, we have the wonder Ethan playing the wonderful Jungam. Persh, who's not a necrophiliac, but is a necromancer. To the left, we have Sparks, the party smartass, 1 of 5. Wild magic sorcerer who really fucking likes to live up to the name. He only exploded on the party once, but he's not allowed to live that down.
Was it only once?
I think he only fireballed the
only
party
one
once.
fireball.
It was
only one.
It was
only
out.
One direct hit. There were other instances.
On the bright side, you fireballed the party at the worst possible moment.
I mean, we won that fight though, didn't we?
Technically. Because the people who were the enemies who were there also got vaporized.
Yeah, you'd see, it was perfect. Yep, perfect. I cast mage armor and I killed everyone.
I'm just gonna let it go.
Above him, we have our wonderful rogue Terran, known for picking locks, sometimes having bad luck, but now has a button that says she doesn't have to anymore.
I also have this low rollers club pin.
Oh, that's sweet.
I know.
And he's still not here. But on the top right would be our barbarian. But he is... Oh, there's a shadow.
Hello.
Oh, he was getting in costume. My bad. But we have wonderful barbarian Kalis of the Moving Wilds, known for hitting things with a big stick and having a martin that hits things just as hard sometimes. So yeah, this is a brief recap to where the party had ended off last session. As they were making their way through the mountain range that I named, I don't remember the name of. The mountains of the Queen's Landing, going northwards, to find the source of the
Frosted
corruption.
Edge?
Frosted Edge, it was on the other side of the mountain. It's close enough, fuck it. The Frosted Edge is like that forest
the
area.
coast.
Yeah. Anywho. But making their way northwards up the mountains of the Queen's Landing, the party had a rather tame-ish trip, traveling on throughout the wilds with a few encounters, with some adorable little chewingas, if you're familiar with them. If not, which most people probably aren't. I don't know how to fucking describe a chewinga. It's like a little, spirit thing that kind of, they're not malicious, they're just really curious. Sometimes they can be assholes. These ones weren't. What else? The party ran across I believe you briefly had a pack of Yetis fighting or traveling parallel alongside you guys. And then later on you heard them further up the mountain fighting with what seemed to be a Goliath. Then several other Goliaths. Then one of the Goliaths turned into a bear person. As Sparks and Kalos had went up to spectate the fight. Also, Chaos is a mountain goat for the time being. It is a giant mountain goat. He rides it as his noble steed, and it's exactly as ridiculous looking as you think it is, but it's really fucking convenient because you're in the mountains. It's a mountain go. 1 + 1 equals
By the
2.
way, I have in my notes Black Iron Mountains. Is that right?
Bro, I don't even fucking remember if I'm being honest. My brain's been so fried.
Hey, we'll just, move along
Yeah, I'm
on
gonna
that.
very possibly.
It was from when
A
we were
set of
in
mountains.
the Thimdor hole. So
You may.
I'll
I mean,
figure it
that
out
would
later.
require looking stuff up. We know where we are on the.
Yeah,
We'll figure it out later.
That's
That
what
much
that's what the Durgar call him. Yeah. And as that day of travel kind of comes to an end, fighting their way through a rather harsh storm, the party decides at the end of it they're going to take shelter and see a totally conveniently placed cave that's not conspicuous at all. In fact, it's totally inconspicuous, believe it or not. And as the party enters the cave to settle down, they see part of it actually enters into another area in which they found this large circular room with, I think it was 7 thrones set upon it. And what's it called? And they detected necromantic energy. However, they didn't seem to see any foes or anything other or faint traces of necromantic energy. But they didn't see any direct foes or anything like that. So they decided to retreat back to where they were staying, as it was a bit of a ways further up the cavern, and rest for the night. I believe
Nobody found any rings.
Don't believe so.
Did you say? Because I used detect magic on the throne circle. Did you say it was like it would disenchant magic that crossed into the center of it or touched the throne?
No. Okay. So.
Made you vulnerable to cold damage.
Yes, correct.
Ah, that's bad.
Yeah. Was that the main thing? I think that was the main thing. It's made you vulnerable to cold damage. Yeah. But with that, the party has decided to go back and rest for the night.
There was an avalanche as well. Which
yeah.
kind of semi-dug our way out of the cave.
Yes.
Just in case.
We were in the cave at the time of the avalanche, so we were basically fine.
Yeah. Which is on its own thing relatively good. Could have been on the outside of the cave during the avalanche.
Vulnerable to cold damage.
Are we all vulnerable to cold damage, or
only
No,
while you're
if you're
within the circle.
inside the circle,
Okay.
none of us went in, so none of us are vulnerable.
very good? Gotcha.
I used my brain.
Do you still have that circlet on?
No,
Oh, okay.
What happened to that? I don't
Just these.
I have it.
know.
I mean, someone has
Oh.
them.
I
hope someone
bought
has
it.
it.
It's mine. Precious.
See, I mean, 7 thrones, a precious ring around someone.
You see, what we
There's-
did was just completely ignore it and then not think
Correct.
about it.
Very good. Okay, that sounds like us.
There's no direct ring. It's just like the thrones are in a circle, so it's like that kind. And then there's like the inner ring because it's
Okay.
making a circle.
Mm-hmm.
I can pull it up if you want to look at it directly.
Yeah, let's do it.
If you
You
want
said
to
there's,
Why
like-
is there a map?
Oh my gosh, everything loads so quickly. Oh my god.
Whenever there is a map, I feel like we shouldn't go back.
Well, I
That
feel
looks like they're having a powwow. They're just camping, guys.
oh,
They were
also,
just having a good time.
and the last thing, there was a hole in the ceiling that led straight up towards the top of the mountains, leading towards outside.
It was like a mile tall,
campfire.
though.
It's for the campfire, a big campfire.
Sparks
No
went
smoke
into
to
it,
go up.
went up it, and spent solid
It was
5-10 minutes going up. And
it was a
coming
big
back.
hole. At one point, he just decided to start free falling, so he didn't waste his boots.
Is this before or after a long rest?
This was
This was
before.
before.
You have not taken a long rest yet. We're going to end the night off by whoever wanted to start taking watches first or do anything of that sort.
I'll do second watch.
I'll go first watch.
I'll take the last one.
Okay. So luckily, you guys have managed the avalanche to set up a pretty easily defensible position if anything were to happen throughout the night. Considering I believe you guys sort of just made a hole that you'd be able to crawl through around that size.
Yeah, just so we don't
Spark-sized hole.
suffocate.
Yeah. And if we were going to take the first watch, go ahead and give me a perception check, Ethan.
Ooh, perception. I got a 7.
Fuck, ain't you a cleric?
Yeah.
What you got them eyes for? Okay.
Technically, I also have skeletons guarding with me, but I don't think that matters.
No.
No.
So, as the first bit of the night ends up going through, as the party lays down to rest, Junga, you and your band of merry men take the first watch, sort of observing sort of night air around you, and you do like have the sort of what's become the familiar sound of howling wind going across the mountaintops. But other than that, for the next few hours, it seems to be just silence, the occasional shifting of snow, and your shift is over. If you'd like to wake up the next person.
I'll go.
I was taking second watch.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
He's really fond of second watch.
I like second. Second is where stuff happens. Sometimes.
Roll me a perception check then.
Hey, that's what luck's for. Yeah.
It should be a 2.
Reroll. Shut up.
Okay, dirty 20.
Not a Taran.
Let's see. Let me just... Excuse me, sorry. Well, we said we wanted to be with her when stuff happened. So, as a few minutes go by, and sparks, you begin to settle into things as you watch as Jungun sort of lays down to rest in this large bundle of bones. The first probably about 45 minutes or so is fairly silent, as only the wind, only thing interrupting the silence is the wind from the outside. Another 15 minutes go by, and it's still relatively silent, and probably about an hour and a half total into your watch, you get this sort of like slight like prickling sensation, like along the back of your neck, almost like goosebumps. But do cats get goosebumps? I don't know if that's.
Cats get sixth sense. We can tell when stuff's happening.
I mean, their hair raises.
Yeah, your hair
Also,
raises.
We can't be surprised.
Correct, you cannot be surprised.
Okay, so I get the sense. Do I get any idea where this is coming from? Is it coming from outside, or is it coming from the weird throw?
There's just like a weird, like a very uncomfortable feeling, and it's not enough to suddenly wake everybody, but this large whoosh of sort of ice cold wind flows in from the cavern where the throne room is.
Okay.
It's not like a current. It's just this massive gust.
Okie dokie. I'm going to step 30 feet away from the rest of the party. Cast mage armor on myself.
Like this, if he explodes, I'm gonna cry.
Hey, I'm
Also-
30 feet away.
Okay.
Now you can be surprised because you're not within 30 feet of me, so now you can be surprised.
It'll be fine, probably.
I'm just saying.
It'll be
Just
fine.
like hear him dying.
You guys will be
You'll wake
fine
us
because
up.
you've got this wonderful weapon of, I can't remember what it's called, but you guys are fine. So I'm just
And
gonna
all of these resurrection materials in case we need them. Crazy
I am
thought.
going to quietly and stealthily sneak, just make my way down the tunnel back to the throne room to see if there's anything weird.
Without dying.
Without dying.
Okay.
If there's anything weird there.
Is that music?
Yes. Table.
I don't have any music, so there's no foreboding noises for me.
Nope.
It's because you're not within range of the dagger of warning. You could have heard the music.
Yeah, that's exactly how that works.
Rising tension.
So, Sparks, as you begin to make your way down the cavern, you get probably about 15 feet down, and there's just another large gust of wind, and you almost have to hold yourself like against the wall to stop yourself from being blown back. As you begin walking further and further, and you can feel like your fur almost it feels very similar to being hairless as the biting cold begins to seep into your skin. And further along down the what's it called? Tunnel, you see it begin to open up, and you see the throne room in front of you, and in the middle of which is this sort of what seems to be this massive beam of, like, not massive, but this exactly the size as hole you think it would be, shaped of moonlight coming down, what's it called, in the center of the ring. And along it, in each seat, you see these almost just shadowy silhouettes, not fully fledged figures, but each one of them being massive. Dare I say giant. Silently, they seem to be... You hear no words being exchanged, nor movement seeming to be had. But this sort of conclave of figures is all just of like, not even fully, like, fleshed out figures, but silhouetted forms are gathered in this area.
Other than, just sitting on the thrones chilling, are they doing anything?
They appear to not even be moving. The only movement you see is their forms sort of flickering in and out every few seconds.
Can I perhaps roll an Arcana check to understand what's happening, or?
You can attempt to.
Ooh. That's a 21.
21. So, as you're not making careful not to actually make your way over there, but just observing the area and the figures you see before you, the whole necromantic energy thing from earlier is starting to make a lot more sense. As it definitely seems like these figures in their incorporeal forms are not totally alive. However, they seem to, from what sort of innate, like, in tune-ish you have with the weave itself, you can definitely tell that they are much more powerful than, say, something like a ghost. It's like this, almost like in the weave, it's like this, like, condensed form of, like, magical energy that each of them seem to be.
They seem threatening?
They have not acknowledged you at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to the group and talk to our resident necromancer and just shake Dragoon awake. Dragoon!
Bark. What happened?
You know the thrones, right? In the other room? Thrones. Thrones.
Okay. Alright.
And
What
the
about them?
well, there appears to be some really big ghosts sitting on them, and I kind of wanted you to just, go over and have a look and tell me if they're dangerous or if we can go back to sleep.
Okay, I think we should wake everyone else up just in case.
Yep, but what if they're not dangerous? Or you just, they don't need to get up. Just to stare at some weird ghosts.
Okay. I'll take a look. I want to sunch over there. And I'm assuming I wouldn't recognize what exactly it is. Or, like, I see the silhouettes, right?
Yeah. So, as you make your way over, and you also sort of standing at the mouth of the cave, see the silhouettes of the figures. What exactly are you trying to glean from this? Just to clarify.
I guess I'm just gonna see, like, is necromancy maybe I can figure out where the energy is coming from, specifically, or like, are they all separate ghosts, or is it one giant ghost? I think that's probably a good one.
Okay. And give me an Arcana check.
Okay. 17.
17.
Mhm.
As you begin to sort of look upon it, observing the figures, and while they all seem to be powered by the same source of necromantic energy, which seems to be the moonlit ring centered in the area, they seem to be 7 individual entities.
Okay.
Do I get the sense that these ghosts are waiting for something to be fulfilled before they can pass on the next realm, or, you know? I
can always
said
ask
ghosts
them.
do that sometimes.
I would say you could guess, but you couldn't really be sure. It's hard to say. Hard to say off looks.
I don't know. Do I get a magical, sixth sense, perhaps?
No.
Religion? Is that how ghosts work?
Oh, if you're talking, like, yeah, you've heard of ghosts that do that, yeah. Like, do you know if these are ghosts that just haven't passed on? You have no clue.
Okay. Well, that's my.
I think we should talk to them, Sparks. Okay. But we should definitely get the others. I want to go wake up Kalis and Taryn.
Oh, good. Hello, Juggan.
Hey,
What's happened?
there's some spirits over in this other room. I want to go talk to them, but I think y'all should come with us just in case.
You want us there for moral support? Then.
hmm I'm assuming like wouldn't go to sleep with my armor on, so I wouldn't really be wearing my armor. I'm kind of scared.
Yeah.
Should I be inconspicuous for this talk?
Should we put our armor on, Jugga?
You don't mind waiting 30 minutes?
Oh gosh.
If you have help, it only takes 10, right?
Is that how it works?
Oh, wait, no, it's 10 to take off heavy armor.
Oof.
I'm wearing medium armor, but I still think I need like this little time to take to do it.
It's
But
10
okay,
minutes to
waiting.
don and 5 minutes to doff
Oh, okay.
for heavy armor, less for medium.
Oh, okay.
Sweet.
It'll only be a few minutes.
Then yeah, I'll pick up armor.
Sparks, did you follow?
Yeah, he did. Oh, fell off? I thought you were gonna say, did he fall off? And because he did. The ghost got him?
Oh.
He is a specter himself now.
Oh no.
Just for the record, I like using the dots on Discord calls to like untick show non-video participants, because like with 5 people makes the image bigger. That's all. Just a
more?
Yeah.
The more up in the
Planning.
corner? I like to show them because I like to
or you
see
can
when
right-click.
people talk.
Yeah, that's true.
Jogun, do you think that I should be inconspicuous for this talk?
You can try, but they probably just know where we are. I don't know. You think you can hide from ghosts?
Can try.
Would I know can you hide from ghosts?
I would say she knows she could try.
Like, I feel like I would know that, wouldn't I?
For ghosts, I don't. You would know that there are some undead that do have the ability to like sense presences or have other vision means of like perception.
So like you could try, but I doubt you can.
Yeah, like I mean, like when a ghost is talking to you, it has to tell the truth, right? It can't lie.
Yeah, it's totally true. So that's how you think. How do you think Jagun found out?
Okay. Should we wait for Sparks or proceed?
Yeah. Oh, I'll give him a second.
Okay.
It'd be
So
awfully
he's waiting-
ironic
maybe-
if his internet died.
It would.
I'll give him just a moment.
So, Taryn, I have a question.
Oh, there he goes.
Saved by the sparks.
It's okay. You didn't die, but you are dead.
Hello?
Hello. we can
Hello.
hear you.
Hey,
My way to this. It said,
Welcome back. We are about to go talk to the ghost.
"Oh wait, what happened? Why are we talking to ghosts?"
This happens when you leave for 3 minutes. Jungin was waking them up and putting on her armor. Or waking the party up.
I'm sorry, I was listening to another message. Did we decide if I wanted to go sneaky, or did we figure out that these ghosts probably would know where I was anyways?
Most likely. Like, I think that we're like in a ghost's lair type of thing. I'm assuming they would just know.
Okay. I will not waste the roll then.
Okay.
Considering the rest of the party is now turned up after Sparks stared off into the distance for a solid minute or 10 minutes, considering it's heavy armor that you put on.
No, it's light armor. Or it's not light, it's medium armor. I don't have heavy armor, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
yeah, so it's 5 minutes for both of us.
Alright.
After the 5 minutes, I Sparks seeing the rest of the group will, just walk towards one of the thrones.
Which
Pardon,
one?
say it again?
Walk towards one of the thrones.
Okay.
And the giants are seated in their thrones, or they're standing before them?
Seated in the thrones. You see all of them sort of sat back. Each figure, even in their sitting state, probably reaches. I have to remember. I throw in my giant sizes because ice giants are the fourth biggest one.
Yeah, as we get closer, do you notice anything, certain differences about what they look like? Do they look like the same type of giant or like different? Does one have like a goatee? Some of them bald.
So, yeah, okay. I just had to double check. They're all about 20 to about 25 feet. And they seem to be 7 different figures, not all the same. It's hard to tell because you can't exactly make out like full like physical features. But you see as you get closer what seems to be sort of like different like pieces of either like metal or like furred armor across them.
45 feet, that's like 6 times taller than me.
Yeah.
How dare.
They're big. They're giant.
I'm going to stay close to Jugun.
All right. How about real quickly?
Just like side by side. I'll walk up with you whenever you go up.
Oh, you already put tokens down. Pogger's
Well,
champion.
I'll join other wild boy.
There's 2 sparks.
Oh,
Which one's real?
none of
Okay.
them are.
I was never
Oh.
hit. Oh, lair action.
That's good to know.
No.
Mm.
I was opening it up, and that was because the last time you guys fought, it was the Elder Braid. There's no lair actions.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure so I can keep track of which tokens are the ones from this page and not. Ah, fuck. Elijah, god damn it, you fucking asshole.
Where me? Where am I?
Oh, where are you?
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty
we all
sus,
pulled our
Elijah.
tokens out
There you go.
ourselves.
D.
There you go.
Oh, next so.
There you go. Just so you're on there.
Damn
In
it.
case.
I dislike how there's a. Why is there a turn track? Wait. Why is there a turn order up?
It's always
That's an even more important question.
because you never know how it can go with some people when they start talking.
I always have another question, by the way.
Yes, what's up?
Is this the same necromantic energy that I felt back at or from outside, or is it different?
What do you mean
What,
from outside?
back at the Eric's?
Like this whole region is filled with necromantic energy. Is it the same necromantic energy, or is it different necromantic?
Like back from the house Eric?
Yeah. Well, we know that energy has gotten much stronger since we got in here.
So, I would say it feels necromantic, but it does feel distinctly different, at least for you. It doesn't feel like it has any semblances to that of the Shadowfell. The magic feels like it feels like very like old or like ancient magic. It doesn't, which I guess the Shadowfell's old too, but in a different. Fuck you, you know what I mean?
The
I
deep
know what you
magic.
mean. I'm interested in this magic.
With
not
the
recite.
giants here, I'm just gonna use a cast of detect magic, which should get about like half the chairs, like just the ones on my side.
Mm-hmm.
Is anything new magical?
No, nothing's new. The presence is much stronger than you felt it from before. As you can like see that as I said before, the masses themselves seem to be like concentrated, like masses of magic, concentrated masses of magic. There we go.
Do they
Call out, hello?
I was actually going to ask before that if they seem to take notice of us, but
No.
that's okay.
None have looked in your direction, and even as Sparks calls out to them, it's just silence as they're all staring, each of them staring forward.
Are
When I
they
use
just
detect magic, the circle's still gonna fuck us if we go in it, right?
Yeah.
where is the circle? Where is the boundary of the circle? Is it
Me.
within the chairs?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know like if it was on the outside out here or if it was
No.
in here somewhere. Okay. Do they look like they're talking to one another and like something that we can't hear, or are they just sitting there stone faced, just staring, and can we see where, like what level their eyes are staring at? Like are they staring at each other or like up or down or
So these 6 all seem to be staring towards this figure. And it's just staring forward.
Hmm.
Why
Having a
does the
ghost look.
circle become bigger in certain places?
Because I fucked up drawing it. That was an actual circle for the magical effect. That was a circle for me showing which chairs had giants staring at the front.
Okay, cool.
Does-
Well, I will float up towards an armchair and kind of step on one of the arms. Just like, do I get any sort of reaction at all?
Uh-oh. I was gonna say, does this guy look
I'm
any
gonna-
different?
I'm gonna goat hop up and follow him,
Goat hop.
because apparently I can just jump 20 feet up if I grab on a ledge. I'm a little strong, you know.
Strong like goat.
Okay, give me just 1 second. I'm gonna check.
Oh no. Maybe you should have kept that tracker up, the initiative tracker up, for God's sake. This is
No.
what he was talking about, Sparks.
All I did was float up to sort of.
This is what he's talking about.
Oh, Juggin, that's like the circle.
I didn't realize that a goat would follow me.
I don't think
I don't
it
think
was
that's the
goat.
problem here. Where is?
No, I'm the goat legs, not the actual goat. I'm just like leaping.
I mean, in a way, aren't we all the goat legs?
I am the goat legs.
Okay.
No, I don't think we are.
I am the captain now.
I am the Eggman, goo 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 choo.
The Ike Man, as in the president?
No, the Eggman
Oh, we
from
don't
the
know.
song. Oh my god, did I just
That's
date
a
myself?
song?
Yes, you did. Like you're ancient, like Jesus.
It's not.
No! Call Liz out like that.
I've heard of Cuckoo Chew, I just didn't know that was the lyrics.
Yeah, I am the Eggman.
So, anywho,
Boy, it's good to be back, isn't it? Thanks, guys.
No problem, Liz. No problem.
It's the Beatles. My friend who's watching tells me it's the Beatles. How do you all not know the Beatles? I didn't know it was the Beatles, but that
I
makes
don't know
sense.
the Beatles.
I no, sorry.
I mean, statistically, I should know the Beatles, but
Yeah.
really, I really don't care.
Oh,
Basically.
oh man, do we are old.
Just some dudes who walked across the street and took a picture. Gives a shit.
Hey, look, I know the Beatles through my 70-year-old father.
I'm
who's
not
just a
that
big
old.
fan of them.
Jesus Christ.
They made a song about submarines. I know that one.
There's a movie, a whole movie.
A whole movie about submarines.
It's-
James,
yeah.
some James Cameron shit.
No, it's definitely not. Maybe if like James
Anyway,
Cameron was pretending
anyway.
on a lot of acid.
lost so many viewers. Just 'cause
Not
of
not
that
quite
statement.
coherent. It was,
Can I
two
call
bits.
Sparks a
so-
blue
Yep.
meanie now?
Yes.
Yeah.
No. I mean, you can call me a blue meanie, but Sparks isn't.
That's
I don't know why. This is rather strange.
Okay, so
Alrighty.
what happens when I jump up onto this and wave gently in this guy's direction?
Um,
He's still like 8 feet taller than me. I'm at his arm.
yeah, essentially. And as you do so, as this character, as I said, there's all seated on the throne, sort of like arms there. Are you actually touching the figure? Or are you just next to it?
I'll poke him. What could go wrong? Just the arm. Just
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
oh Jesus Christ.
well, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Oh, I should have done that. I should have done that.
We should not have done any of this. We were gonna talk to them, not poke the fucking bear.
I'm gonna use.
Gonna what?
I'm just gonna give myself an extra D4 for that roll because I'm feeling bushy. So that's 17.
So, that's a pass.
Good.
That is the DC.
Oh god.
Oh god.
You rolled a 4, dude.
So as you exactly as you said, only slightly touching it, just giving it a light poke, sort of test the spectral waters, the incorporeal mists, the make believe mass. You just boot and
Is
immediately.
this a sermon?
Yeah. If I make Joel Osteen money, it will be. Um, Immediately, there is this sort of biting cold that fills your hand, and you watch as this sort of crackling of ice begins to sort of line up your arm.
No.
And as you immediately take your hand out,
Oh,
you only
no,
take
I still take.
you take 12 points of cold damage. You're not in the circle, so you're fine. It's not. Otherwise, it would be the full amount. And you watch as the tips of your fingers begin to sort of freeze and frost over, but with a little bit of quick thinking, this puff of flame appears in your hands and quickly thaws it.
Okay, note to self: don't touch. Touching is bad.
And Kalis, you saw this. So it was right next to you.
And that was all that happened. They didn't react at all.
They didn't move at all.
So, like, what's the lead figure look like?
From what you can see, massive bear that almost touches. It's just maybe a foot away from touching the ground from its seated prone position. You see the form of these sort of massive shoulder pads. Like I'm talking like World of Warcraft paladin like excessive like shoulder pads. And along like if he was a real person, it wouldn't really work. But him being able to abuse the limits of his corporeal or incorporeal form, it seems, there is this, you see the top of like the hilt of this massive greatsword peeking out over the top of his head.
Oh, so should I hit it? It hit me. I should hit it back, right?
No.
Okay, let's.
Why not, Darren? Why do you stay your hand?
We don't know what any of this is about. Why is our default hit it?
Well, it just hurt me. All I did was.
You touched it.
So, I mean, you don't stab me if I poke you.
I mean, Taryn, these are undead creatures. They shouldn't be.
There's some things out there that are just. Maybe we just take it a little bit slow this time, and see if Jugun can figure anything out about them.
I was going in a circle next because it's like we're finding too much information.
I don't know. I feel like going in the giant icy circle is a bad idea, considering I just touched one. hit me with some ice, some really not nice ice.
Well, of course you touched
Not
them.
nice.
But if you go in and then you get hit by some not nice ice, then you might die.
Okay, so if that's the case, Taryn, do you mind going first?
We have those skeletons, right?
Okay.
You could just go and stand in the middle.
Yeah, but
I'll go first. That's
Yeah.
fine. I
Well, Taryn, it was nice to know you.
you'll be fine, Taryn.
let's take a step into the circle.
So,
It's kind
You
of like
die.
cautiously, just like looking all around to see if any change in incorporeal expression or anything.
Oh, can I, Taryn, before you do that,
Mm-hmm.
could I go in your stead? Because I just kind of feel a bit better about me being frozen, but it's your
But
call.
we need you to save her if she, gets frozen. We need you on standby.
I was gonna say both you guys, if that's okay.
Are you wielding that the Ring of Frost ward?
I don't know that I have that.
I mean, I gave it
Uh,
to you.
Oh, let me
Just if you attune to it or not.
inventory. Hold on. I have a ring
I
of
would
warmth,
say
and
that
I
that
am
is-
attuned to it.
does the Ring of Warmth give you cold resistance?
Yes, it
Yep.
does.
Okay. then.
I've been attuned to it for quite some time, actually.
Very good then.
And I also have a necklace of adaptation in case they want to throw any fucking gases at us or something.
I'm gonna,
Pretty sure ice isn't gas.
I'm gonna revert.
Well,
They're gonna resort to chemical warfare if things go bad.
you know,
How it usually
it-
goes.
Sorry, I'm done interrupting you.
So, Taryn,
yes.
as you step foot into the ring.
Come on, me.
I'm sorry. I was like looking over at you guys, and I see the really serious face Kalis, and then, boom. I'm sorry. As you observe here in front of you, and you take a step into the area, and you feel immediately crawling up your foot this biting cold sensation, which is only just abated by the ring of warmth sort of filling your body. You are not vulnerable to cold damage on the circle due to having that ring. It's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
And as you do so, you see the fully sort of fleshed out forms of all these apparitions sort of appear before you. You see the sort of palish blue skin in sets of heavy armor, and along each of their backs is some sort of massive piece of weaponry. And as you step through, all their heads turn to face you.
Do we see the reaction,
No.
or are they still?
If you are outside the circle, it looks no different.
Ooh.
Whether her expression changes, that's something else. Or Taryn's expression changes, that's the...
Yeah. Greetings, seven who sit here
Can we
In
hear
your-
her talking?
in your illustrious thrones.
You do hear you hear Taryn talking, yes. Taryn seems to be very Taryn. It's the thrones and the figures that appear unchanged to those outside the circle.
Taryn, I already tried talking to them. They didn't do anything.
I'm just gonna ignore anything that everyone says because I'm just a little stunned right now.
You see the lead figure sitting in the southernmost throne. Doesn't say anything, but still staring at you, his arms just crossed as he leans back into his chair.
I'm gonna kind of like rotate so I'm facing him and give a very respectful bow. Pardon
What's she
our
doing?
intrusion here, my good gentle folk.
And as you say that, another a very different sound begins to what's it called break the silence that has sort of filled this area, and you watch as for a few moments the sort of circle of moonlight that was illuminating the area in the center of the room blacks out, and there's a sound of many like flapping wings, and outside of the sort of hole from the top you see the swarm of crows just gathering over the area. They don't say any, or the crows don't say anything as well, but they gather on. You see about half a dozen or so of each sort of gathered to the top of each throne, and they join the giants. These ones do. The crows seem to at least acknowledge the party, though, as a whole. You see a few of them staring at the rest of you all as well.
Ooh. Thought has occurred all of a sudden. Don't ghosts possess people? Just, throwing that out there.
We mean no disrespect. We are curious as to what this place is and who you are.
Fuck, now my throat's all fucked up. Yeah, it always is. The giants themselves make no movements to speak, but you see from the top of the southernmost throne, one of the crows, slightly larger than the others, pushing to the point of being almost abnormally large. Itself equaling probably about 2 feet in height, from like feet to like top. Pretty big for a fucking crow. What does he say? The crow sort of cries out in its sort of sparsely humanoid voice. It has that sort of grating sound to it that's just enough to be slightly unnerving. And it goes, "Come to see the Jarl?"
The Jarl? Is that who this is? Can everybody hear the crow or just me?
You can hear it, but to the party, it sounds like caw caw, loud as shit though.
Oh, very nice. Cool.
Okay, I cast animal talking on myself. Anything?
Sure, I would say yeah.
Who is this? Who is this Jarl?
If you deem yourself worthy, step into the moonlight.
I'll step in the moonlight.
The black moonlight? Is it still black?
Oh, no. It was only blacked out because the ravens that it came flying through the hole. It is normal moonlight now. But as you begin to step towards the center, the other figures, giants, still staring solely at Terran, you see the one in the back, his eyebrow raised, and it seems to be a look of almost curiosity and anticipation. And as you step into the moonlight, and you feel, even now, just the cold of the area slightly, barely being abated by the magic of the Ring of Warmth. So the figure gives a nod, and you watch as he sort of leans back into a chair, uncrosses his arms, and he just lifts his finger. And you hear this sort of, the mouth opens, but not like it's about to speak, almost as if the voice is just projected from it. What seems to be this ancient tongue in giant speak fills the area, almost like it's like you can almost feel it in your chest as the bass from it vibrates throughout the area. And Your dagger goes off, Taryn. As
Oh shit.
the ground begins to rumble in front of you on the left and right sides of the arena. Yeah, I used that word
Arena?
intentionally.
Okay.
And you see two large skeletal hands begin to clutch towards the ground and pull themselves upwards.
Do
Can
we
I can I
also
fire
see
at them?
this?
If you want to roll initiative, you can.
I get advantage on initiative too.
Is
Gives
this
the dagger.
is this just Taran, or is this? Do we actually see this as well?
You would be able to see Taryn drawing her weapon, and you would see the ground beginning to shake in front of her.
Okay, but
but
we don't see
considering-
any.
No, you have not stepped in the ring yet, so you do not actually physically see this.
So I'm
Okay.
waiting for Taryn to give me the signal to go in there.
Just
I
waiting.
didn't know that we had a signal, man.
We always have a signal. Come on, we've been doing this for 2 years.
I got 19.
Perfect. And you see, sort of crawling up from the dirt is the skeletons of two frost giants. And yeah, let
Do
me.
we- Do you want us to roll initiative as well, or are we just gonna let Taran deal with it?
You don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Taryn hasn't said anything.
I
She
mean-
just pulled out her crossbow.
Gun.
I'm gonna move towards her if I see her drawing her weapon when I can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, as soon as a head pops up, I want to be shooting at that fucking scully head.
Alrighty. Well, give me just 1 second so I can put some tokens down. Because
Dun dun dun.
those are a thing, and I should find those because those would be quite helpful in this situation. Alrighty.
We should come up with better skills.
You should what?
Only if I say caca.
Yeah, I really thought you guys had like a signal or something. It never occurred to me that just no one said it out loud.
We should have a signal.
Have multiple signals. 'Cause it's just like, yeah, I'm good. Like, put arms across your back. It's okay. Or do
If
one of
anyone
these
tells
things.
Sparks something is happening, I'll move on my initiative.
Oh, not that big.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Not that big. Not that big.
I mean, it's not like we
Unless-
can't talk to Taryn, is it?
Yeah, no, you guys can
Yeah.
hear Taryn perfectly fine.
Yeah, I've just been ignoring all of you.
Yeah, I mean that's the big problem with this is that she said nothing.
Is that a problem?
I mean, sure, you
Ouch.
fight two of the giants by yourself. Go for it.
Well, that's on her. If she wants to fight giant by herself, she can fight giants by herself.
I'm a little preoccupied.
Let's do some D&D.
I mean, I've drawn my weapon, so I don't know how much of a bigger signal I can give them that.
Yeah, okay, fine. I rolled initiative.
Initiative.
It'll just battle standard.
Oh my god, it's so good to have good, stable internet. Ooh, is it? Oh, that is good stuff.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
That's good. Especially the higher proof, like, ironically, is delicious.
Wait, what are you drinking?
Yeah,
Battle
uh,
standard gin. Is it from Manassas?
I've never had a gin before, actually.
I think it's from Virginia. Isn't it from Manassas?
yeah, it is Manassas.
Yeah.
KO Distillery.
Oh yeah, they've got really good rye too.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Ooh,
actually,
what the
I have
fuck is
their
that
rye.
thing?
Do you have their rye?
Is it
No,
the?
I have their straight bourbon.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god. I accidentally tabbed to the wrong thing, and apparently there's a monster called the Bagman.
That sounds
Bagman.
terrifying.
It's like
I don't
an-
like that.
I am definitely using this and. Oh my god.
I don't
Oh,
like
it's-
it. I love it. I want to encounter
Is
it.
that the star of a Racial Maddow podcast?
No, it's called the Bagman is an urban legend about an adventurer who sought to
Had
escape
one person
doom
got it.
by abandoning his party and hiding inside a bag of holding. And it did not go well for him. So
That's amazing. I love it.
here. So as we kick things off,
We need to do a spooky Well, not that this isn't spooky, but we need to do like a spooky one shot or something like that. I love
Yeah.
spooky one shots.
There's an image if you want it.
Maybe one of these days we're like, ooh, that's terrifying.
Oh,
It's also a huge creature.
I love them.
You love fucking cryptics. But as that begins to happen, the first person, as you see like the Metal Gear Solid exclamation mark go off above Terran's head. Because if it's a weapon of warning, it has to do that. I don't care.
Fair.
Does it make
Fair.
It makes the ping too. It makes the noise.
That's how I'm alerted.
Oh, that's a signal.
I guess so. Fuck it. Maybe that's why you never said it out loud.
We just walk by a tavern with like drinks exclamation mark, and we all draw our weapons and start firing through the windows.
But
so yeah, I hear the ping and I look around the chamber in confusion and
yeah.
shut the tower. Where is it?
Ahead. They're fucking ahead.
I presume you point.
Yeah. Well, I'm pointing with my gun.
I mean, that's still pointing. I will fly towards where she is pointing.
Okay.
Sort
And
of.
as you do so, as soon as you step into the ring, you realize you have flown like very close to this massive giant, which has crawled its way out of the ground. You're probably at around like chest level with it.
Yeah, because yeah.
Yeah.
Do I feel exceedingly cold?
You feel very fucking cold.
Do I
I'm
have
probably-
taken any damage being inside it?
No.
The only one who isn't cold.
Cool. I will shout to the rest of the group and like, oh god, it's right there, and I'm gonna fly sort of this away. Is it with the rest of my movement?
Okay.
Does it? Was I in its melee range?
Actually, yes, you were. Eesh. Okay. So, you can still get away. It doesn't have Sentinel or anything, but it can make an attack. And
See an invisible force act upon a flying object.
so, as you realize the error of your ways, and immediately decide you need to be retreating in the direction that's not towards the massive skeleton with the massive axe. You begin to fly away, and you watch with an unnatural nimbleness. You hear this whooshing sound in the air as this great axe begins to fly towards you. It might not hit. Does a 21 hit?
No.
I'm gonna use 2 sorcery points to try and reduce its attack.
Ooh.
It misses.
Nice.
So,
Well, it reduced to 17, which my AC is higher.
that's a miss. So, as you see this axe fly through the air, whooshing at you, you're attempting to get away, and all of a sudden, your sort of like adrenaline kicks in, and there is like, you see literal sparks coming from him, and his boots sort of light up for a second, and just boom, over towards his intended direction. And he managed to escape the blow of the creature.
I will shout to the rest of them. They're in the circle. They're in the circle.
No
and then,
shit.
And then I will cast. Yes. I haven't long rested yet, so. I mean, there's 2 of them. Let's just start with a fireball.
Alrighty, you can hit both of them with that. So, 40-foot radius or something? 30-foot? I don't know.
It's a 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius. So it's 40
There.
foot. Yeah, 40-foot diameter. You can hit them both.
Just making sure that I wasn't hitting Tara.
I mean, you can if you want to, but you really don't have to.
Yeah, I figured, So
I
we'll
would
start off with
take
a
it
nice
as a personal kindness if you didn't.
fireball.
They both fail.
They both take 34 points of fire damage. And then
So-
as a bonus action, I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points to cast Firebolt using a Tides of Chaos. Advantage on the one on the left.
Alrighty, sounds good.
You.
Where is it?
Presume a 27.
This is not what I'm looking for. So you say 27? I guess a 27 can hit if you wanted to. Doesn't have to, but. Oh, I accidentally left roll 20. Give me 1 second.
Oh no!
It hit really hard. My bad.
It hit him so hard it knocked him out of roll 20.
So,
Oh yeah, that's a jam.
as immediately you guys watch as Sparks flies back, seemingly compelled to move much quicker by some unseen force. Except for you two. You see clearly that he was trying not to shit himself as he avoided being cut in half. Immediately, the center throne is engulfed in this massive torrent of flame which goes rising upwards, and you watch as these charred bits of bone begin to fall off both skeletons. Still quite skeleton-y, and not dead.
Did the others see the bits of bone falling off, or is it like, are they still invisible?
No. The others outside the circle are unaware of the current situation, outside of what you screamed.
Cool. And yeah.
And you firebolted for 18 points of damage to the left
18.
one.
Yar.
Alrighty.
Action, reaction, bonus action. That's my turn.
Perfect. So with that, we move over to Taryn.
Okie dokie. I will 60 feet. I guess I'm gonna shoot at that guy on the left, bottom left there.
Alrighty, go for it. Is this a straight roll, or do you have anything giving you advantage?
I don't think I have anything giving me advantage.
Alrighty.
Aside from maybe them not going. That's
You could what's
Oh
it
yeah,
called?
you have advantage because they haven't gone yet, correct?
yeah. No, it's a rapier. What the hell?
It's the same.
I'm sorry.
Should be the same bonus.
Yeah, it is actually.
So a 20 most definitely hits.
Yeah. So let me do the different damage for that because it's just right beneath it. That's why I hit it instead. It's been a while since I played Gaia, so I'm sorry.
So 12 points of piercing damage. And
And
sneak attack.
then sneak attack, I'm at 6. What? Oh, I did the wrong one. I'm sorry. It's been a while, guys.
You good?
It is
6.
25.
It's a little bit more than 7.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. So that would be 37 total.
You're an assassin, right?
Yeah.
It's not surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not surprised.
That was before their turn, but I was just had to be surprised.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I fucked that one up constantly too. So as you do so, pulling out your gun, and there's this sort of crackling of arcane thunder as the bullet sort of flies out from it, and you watch as you sort of land straight in where the skeleton's jawbone is, just detaching it as it goes wildly swinging, and eventually just hits the ground. You see it start to slowly sink back into it, actually, the jawbone
good.
itself.
The jawbone sinks back into the ground?
Yes, the parts of it that are broken off are beginning to sink back into the ground.
Okay. And
You still have your movement and bonus action if you'd like to use either.
I can attack again with a bonus action, correct?
Yes, because it's a light weapon.
It's a
Your pistol
ranged
is?
firearm.
Ranged
range.
weapons don't.
Yeah.
They have to be light.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. Can I throw a
seven.
dagger because it's right, or does the first one have to be light?
The first one they both have to be light,
Okay.
if I remember correctly. No one uses
That's-
that rule, so I always forget it. Well, very few people
Yeah.
do.
That's I'm not I'm
This is kind of a bob.
it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. I'm good then.
Alrighty, are
I
you
don't
good?
think I can do anything else.
You can move, but you're welcome to stay there too.
No, I'm good.
Alrighty. So with that, we move over to Kalos. It is your turn as you watch as you see Taron clearly shooting something, and you may not have the headband on, but you can do simple addition.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. That's it. You're good. You're good. Go ahead.
I'm gonna, run to the edge of this chair and sort of step off the edge of it and like sort of, not sure how this works exactly, but I'm basically do like a landing roll somersault at the
I
bottom
get
of
you.
it.
You play Mirror's Edge. I got you.
For hero landing.
Not quite. So, and then I assume I see them,
Oh yeah, you most definitely fucking see them.
and I'm chilly now.
Yes, you now have, unless you have something that gives you resistance or immunity, you are now vulnerable to cold damage.
Okay. Um, I want to go here, and if I may.
Well, you probably have to go somewhere. You don't want to actually touch the thrones themselves because there are people's legs right there, and you saw what happened to Sparks.
Can I step like here?
Yeah, just being directly on the thrones, not a good idea.
It's a kind
Yeah, I guess-
DM thing to say.
Just figure I'd warn you because I feel like the character would have the awareness to not do it after he saw what happened to Sparks.
Yeah, we haven't fought anything today, have we?
No, it's in the
think
middle
so.
of the night.
So yeah, then I'm going to activate the quick ring of quickness as sort of lightning, and then sort of draw it across as I pull out a javelin and sort of strike it with the lightning and pitch the javelin of lightning and try and I don't know if I can draw a line between these two, but I'll do what I can. Hit whichever ones I can.
Sure. Yeah, seems fair.
So-
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna roll to hit the easternmost one, and if it hits the western one, he has to make a save.
It is a dexterity save.
Oh, sorry, that wasn't the attack roll. You did the attack.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to mess with the OBS settings, but for some reason it doesn't want to pick up Google Chrome audio. It's actually kind of whack.
It's Clash Defiant by some artist on YouTube. See if I can link it.
It's yell at Streamlabs because their Streamlabs is ass. Well, everything is ass. It's fucks up. At least I blame everything that's not me. So that's how we're gonna do that.
Yeah, it's just this on loop.
You can play at home alone. Play along at home, guys.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
the
Jake,
same. It's
Play
just a loop.
along.
Play your own background music. That's how
DIY.
Totally immersive. Super immersive.
Yeah, I don't know why that's jank. I'm sorry. That is a 22 most definitely hits.
Okay, so
Doesn't have to if you don't want it to, of course, but it would.
yeah, that's that lightning damage roll. That's gonna be the damage if that guy has to save it for the saving throw. If that first guy has to, and then I'll roll the attack damage for the actual terminus of this.
So that's a failure on his part.
Cool.
You have food over here.
That is so 14 points of damage to the far target and 15 to the one who failed the save. Correct.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Cool. I'm gonna rage now. Ooh, that's a fun one. So I sort of I area of effect enrage my animals, and they start sort of like worryingly, sort of shearing around my body and sort of like rabidly gnashing.
Like furry barracudas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not a sentence you say often.
And I can only draw one weapon a turn, right?
Correct. So yeah, you get one weapon, one drawn weapon as a free action.
Okay. So yes, I'm going to leave their range and I'll hang out here.
Alrighty. Sounds good.
Oh, that's right, he lost his reaction. So yeah, that's my turn.
So we move over to the First Frost giant skeleton. And you watch as, even though quite heavily damaged by the fire, the lightning, and the gun at this point, the figure still begins to lumber forward towards the both of you. You watch as each step it takes, the axe sort of dragging along the ground, and sparks sort of flying along the rock. A mix of like it clashing with sort of magical energy of the area, as well as just the metal on rock. What exactly is its movement? Plenty.
Oh no.
Gasp.
Yeah, the closest, and you're also the first who stepped in. So the figure begins to move towards you. Taryn. 5, 10, 15.
Oh, they only probably have one
misclicked.
attack, right?
15. I think that's within your range, Kayliz. You would just barely be walking in your range right there.
Yeah, but I can't do it because I don't have the weapon drawn.
Oh, true. And you watch as it raises its axe to make an attack towards you, Taryn. So this is the first attack.
Oh, I don't like the sound of first. Hey!
Mm-mm.
And this is the second attack. It's
That's
a 28 to hit.
I'm gonna uncanny dodge too.
So,
Well.
let me just roll damage real quick before I do anything else. Okay, lower the damage. So 20 points of slashing damage. Reduced to 10 because of uncanny dodge. And you watch as this figure becomes lumbering towards you, speeding up as it gets closer, bringing this axe of this large overhead swing, and you can feel the sort of air moving as it's coming down and this crashing as you manage to roll out of the way just in time. However, being sort of taken slightly aback at the speed of this creature, you watch as it takes the sort of other hand against the axe and just sort of slams it on the side of the handle, and it just goes sliding across the ground, slamming into the position where you rolled into.
That's gonna be a headache later.
Yeah, luckily you don't take much damage from it, but really glad you didn't get hit full on. And that is that giant's turn. Doesn't want to do. Yeah, fuck it. Maybe it'll recharge it next turn. Sparks, and you make me a Constitution saving throw. As you watch as it does that, and its eyes begin to lift towards you, you see this sort of icy aura begin to cover the area of its face and mouth, and almost begin this sort of soft mist begins to project out of it. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw against its freezing stare.
Wait, who?
You. Sparks.
I was
Oh.
hoping not.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's gonna be the damage.
So I
Wait,
think I
that's twice
have
damage.
luck, and I think I'm just gonna use another luck point. You know. Yeah. Oh, okay. Never mind. Moving on.
Oh no!
Okay,
Fuck.
9.
Sometimes
Like the man upstairs.
Sometimes you just gotta roll a double 2 and cry.
Sometimes the script fucking writes itself. So, just to clarify, you don't have anything that gives you resistance to cold damage, right?
Sure. Totally. Yep.
All right.
Cold damage.
I'm just gonna.
I can move on water though.
Okay, that's not bad. I'm gonna be honest. I GM rolled it just in case you died.
Oh, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Tell me the number.
So you take 21 points of cold damage,
Oh,
double
that's
to
not
42,
I would say that if it does it again to me, don't worry about GM rolling it.
and you're paralyzed until the end of your next turn, or until the end of
Ooh.
the giant's next turn.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Jugman, it's your turn.
Monk.
So
Wait, are you flying? Did you
Yes.
fall?
No, he
Mhm.
doesn't fall.
Okay.
Just
no,
as
I
long as
don't
you're not
fall.
incapacitated, the boots work.
mhm,
If I remember
mhm.
correctly. Well,
So-
paralyzed.
I got-
paralyzed is, and yeah, I
yeah,
fall.
no,
I got-
yeah.
Oh no.
You hear a
I'm sorry. Yay, I'm back.
it's only about 10 feet. It's only like a d6 of damage. It's fine.
Yeah. It's 1d6 of falling damage.
So
Oh, whoops. See, it's perfectly fine. 2 points. So you guys watch as this icy aura begins to sort of envelop the head and skull of the giant, and then almost like in a Dragon Ball like beam, just right into sparks. Not his whole body, but just you watch as his face and head are sort of engulfed in this white light, and you see the frost on his body, or his fur begin to be covered in frost, and he just hits the ground, seemingly still alive. His body doesn't seem to be limp dead, more like almost like frozen solid.
So like the light goes by and then like his hair is standing straight back,
Yes.
like crusted in ice.
Yes.
Very good.
Even it is your turn, or Jugun.
Ooh. Can I have 4 skeletons, please?
Oh yeah, I guess you have those, you prick. Oh, fuck, where did I keep your skeletons? I always forget which page I put them on. I'm just gonna grab stuff from here.
I'll just make a sheet for them.
Because I have like a page where I copy paste them from, but sometimes I forget which page it is.
Oh, okay.
Just name it skeleton page.
That's a good
Or
idea, but it's too
or-
smart, so I probably won't do it.
Skeleton graveyard. But shh.
Which skeletons are they? The normal ones or your plated ones?
Played it once at 4.
Alrighty. Here you go. Is this including Gabriel or not?
Yes.
Okay, so Gabriel is there then.
Put myself here, and then I'm gonna use the staff of thunder and lightning, and cast lightning strike, and like a line going like right here. So hit both.
Ooh.
Kanji.
Yes.
Nice.
And then the DC for this will be 17. Dexterity saving throw.
Well,
What's blue?
It's because there's a 6 and a 1 in there.
Yeah, whenever you roll.
fancy color.
Weird.
Uh,
Never seen that
Well,
before.
most likely both fail. So they do both fail. So
Okay. And
That's like a
then-
very good fireball roll.
It's kind of semi-lackluster lightning strike roll.
I mean, it's only 96. I don't feel like doing math. So as you do that, and you sort of, we all kanji, you hear what seems to be some sort of yawning noise. Like, yes, what's the? I see. And you begin to channel his energy as the sound or the smell of ozone fills the air, and the crackling goes forth and straight forward in a line, tearing through both the giant skeletons. God damn it. I'll fix that later. Staring straight through, you watch as the scorch marks are left on the far throne of the lightning. It had sort of arced off, and you definitely seem to have heavily damaged both of them.
Eat. And then my skeletons, I want them to target this one with their bow and arrow.
Okay.
We're doing mob rolls.
Sure.
Okay.
What is it?
30 to hit is +5.
I'm gonna Google mob rules like I do every time. Handling mobs. Thank you, roll 20. So they.
That's the wrong thing.
Yeah, I got it right here. So they need. So they say it's a +5.
Yes.
So 2 of them would hit.
Sweet. What they do for damage? They do D8 +3.
And what type of damage is this?
Just piercing is they have +1 bows,
Okay.
so it's is magical damage or is magical. 13.
So 13 points of damage.
I guess it's piercing, right?
Yeah, piercing damage. It's not like immune to or anything. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
But as you do so, with the the initial lightning coming forth, striking, sort of blinding almost everyone for a second, but not in the way some other people have. Oh, that was deafening. I'm sorry. Lighting up the entire area, you watch as the arcs of arcane energy sort of travel through both of them. The one right here seeming fairly severely damaged at this point. However, it is still standing by a not great margin. And as the arrows begin to pierce into it, as more as this creature's beginning to fall apart and sink back into the earth, at the end of your turn, it is alive.
Yeah.
Ace me.
So, with that, we move over to the other giant skeleton's turn. If that's all for you. And it comes lumbering forth towards you, Kalis.
Mm-hmm.
3. As it makes its way up next to you. And it is going to swing its great axe at you twice. That is the first attack. That is a 24 to hit.
Okay, that hits.
And the second attack is a 21 to hit.
Miss is. So go ahead and roll damage against me, and this is the damage I'm gonna have you take.
You say the second one misses or hits?
This one hits.
Okay,
The second
okay.
one misses.
Okay.
Wait, let me recheck that. I don't know.
Yeah, 21's quite high. On 22 ace.
He's got a chunky
Even
AC.
with haste.
You just have it.
Oh yeah, you got the
armor.
badger thing, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's why my AC is so high. Yes, so I will miss, I believe.
Alright, got you.
But can you use that while you're wearing armor?
Yeah, the badge of the watch, yes.
Okay, it's just the
Yeah,
price of
okay.
defense.
There's a whole bunch of fucking weird ones. But the badge of the watch was specifically because he could wear armor. While using it, if I remember. Yeah, you just can't be using a shield.
Pretty
That's
much.
it. That's
I am gonna use, because I took damage, I'm gonna take my reaction to reroll my rage effect.
Alright, go for
You're holding. I'm not holding a weapon. How does that work?
It would. Well, what the next weapon you hold will gain that effect. So whenever you draw an arrow heart.
I was wondering if I should re-roll it or if it just fizzles or something.
No.
Yeah.
So, with that, yeah, you take 24 reduced to 12 points of slashing damage. And in a sort of similar fashion as you just saw, as you just bared witness as to what happened to Sparks, you watch as the eyes and mouths fill with this white energy. And the creature angles its head downwards towards you and need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Maybe. I was waiting for you to say that.
Yeah, that's your thing. You can't fuck that up. You don't take any damage, remember correctly?
Yeah, because this is a magical effect, I assume.
It is, yes.
Yeah, so
I don't remember exactly what Mizzy
evasion
does.
to those.
The magically enhanced... yeah. So you watch as this sort of massive beam of ice cold frost begins jetting itself right towards Kalis, and you, even next to him, still a few feet away, Terran, through the ring of warmth, can feel like chill down to your bones. And you see Kalis's armor begin to slightly glow, and he is literally just face tanking this whole thing.
Just like,
Just standing there totally unabashed. The giant can't make a look of confusion, because that's never happened before. But if he was still a living giant, he'd be upset.
my fur creates a seal that conserves my body heat.
That's a lie.
I mean, like if you like got that double plush layer underneath, like yeah, you know, it's the
Alrighty.
winter coat.
So, we move over to the next initiative. That's Sparks.
Bucks can't take actions. He can't
Yep.
speak.
Yep.
He can't move.
You're feebly on the ground, though. And with that, we move over to
crying
Terran.
noise.
Is crying a free action?
Crying is always a free action. Unless you're
I
using it
tried to
cast a
cry,
spell.
but my tear ducts freeze.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah, you're allowed to cry as a free action, but only when not using it to cast a spell. Don't ask which spell makes you cry, but some of them do.
Supposed to make you cry.
So, with that, we move over to Terran. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm going to activate my Boots of Haste and fire at this fella here.
The big fella. Well, not the big fella.
The one that I'm in. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that big fella on the left. I guess facing it would be on my right, but just to our left.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That do be hitting, though.
Yeah.
Ooh, a crit.
Yeah.
So
So
go-
20.
I mean, shit, you don't even need sneak attack.
I don't think I get sneak attack anyways, because
Yeah,
no
well,
one.
Well,
I'm
Jungam is within 5 feet, technically.
That's
yeah.
true. So should I roll sneak attack?
I mean, if you want to make it more deader.
I think it's already dead.
63, 66.
However you'd like to
Initiate
do
order
so.
66.
How would you like to commit a murder?
I want to blast its skull to smithereens. Just fire at it and it just explodes and shatters, like sounding like ice.
And you are more than capable of doing so as you raise your pistol at the creature, who now seems to have his eyes set on Sparks in more ways than he previously did. You sort of raise your gun, and the sound of arcane thunder lets loose, sort of bouncing off the whole cavern around you guys. And there is this shattering sound as there's almost just this puff of dust from the actual skull itself. And its entire rear cranium is just this massive area of fragmented bone shards that goes falling to the ground. And you watch as the creature sort of falls to one knee, looks towards you, nods, and during that pose sinks into the ground.
Nice. Nods with no head.
Oh, he's got like the jaw. Oh, not the jaw. He's
just
got
like a faceplate.
yeah,
It's
kinda.
like
It's like
this
right
much.
here, just about right here.
What's it
It
attached
lost
to?
its lower jaw, and she's lying on the ground. The skull sort
It's
of
got-
rattles a little bit.
Yeah, and that one sinks into the ground and disappears. Oops.
It disappears.
I think
Yes.
that's all I can do. Yeah.
Alrighty. That move over to Kalis.
Crow check-in. What those crows doing?
I thought you said bro check-in. I'm like,
Yeah.
who's your bro?
No, see the thing is, I heard crow checking. I just didn't know what the fuck he was talking about.
Please tell me what the crows are doing, Elijah.
The crows. The crows seem to all be.
Ah,
They all seem to have their eyes on you now. As if they're somehow aware of this meta condition called initiative.
Do they have corn?
They don't have corn, sadly.
Corn?
You see, one of them has collected what seems to be a small coin, though. He's got like a quarter. He's collected. He's just chilling.
Now you see, they're all looking at Kalis because there's some small furry creatures that are on him, and they're kind of hungry.
Crows
He's like a
I'm gonna
buffet.
take them.
They eat lots of things.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Sometimes
don't know
dead
if they
people.
kill them. Lots
I
of
think they
times
kill
dead
things.
people.
I don't think they kill things.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They're not known for being, well, some of them are nice.
I think ravens do that, but that's not a crow.
I saw a raven throw something up once, and it was the
So I'm
weirdest
gonna
thing.
attack the skeleton.
Anyway,
Sure, I'll use reckless attack. I'll make 3 weapon attacks.
I didn't
I
know
sort
this.
of unholster Gnarlheart like I'm drawing a hammer on Monster Hunter.
They all hit.
Hell yeah. Bonk. 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 Ooh, that's a bad roll.
So, what is the total for that? 30, 45?
Yep.
And it is doubled because they have vulnerability to bludgeoning damage.
Do they?
They do.
Crack.
Oh.
Smash. Bash.
Oh yeah, they're still.
Crunch.
Oh, they're having a bad day.
Is this the first time this has mattered in this campaign?
I think so.
No,
Or at least for
We've
bludgeoning.
fought skeletons before.
It matters for me all the time, actually.
Well, I know, but I'm not attacking you with my weird homebrew weapon.
Alrighty. So. Shit, man. Wait a fucking second.
So what is that?
That's 90 damage then.
Is he dead?
It's
It sounds like
real
it's dead.
absurd.
And they're
A
like
third
36
giant
left
comes out of the ground.
Nope.
Jugenstein?
No. It's
He's
dead. It's,
Oh,
No,
it's,
it's definitely
dead.
dead.
It's fucking dead.
Like, there's no way I had more than like 100 health.
Oh, yeah. So, as you, is there a particular way that suits your fancy as to how you want to dismember the 25-foot tall skeleton?
It's sort of like a movie. I'll like try and swipe at its right leg, and I'll like underestimate my strength, and it'll cleave through both legs and just sort of shatter the bones. And then I'll just sort of like bash its rib cage until it like, you know, like crumbles and like a building ceases to support function until it like dumps its head onto the ground. And I'll just obliterate the skull.
This is exactly how I would imagine a barbarian in Attack on Titan. So as you do so, winding up with this large swing, immediately you feel almost no resistance whatsoever as you go smashing through the first leg and then to the second one. You watch as the creature would stumble if it had legs. And it hits the ground with this large crashing sound, sort of propped up by one arm holding it and the axe in the other one sort of raised in order to strike back at you, but quickly you smash through the second arm, breaking through its rib cage as well as the creature just leans forward, sort of almost falling straight forward, prone, its neck and head exposed to you, the back of it. And with this large, resounding crack that echoes throughout the cavern, the creature's head is just smashed in to quite a lot more pieces than it started in. And the creature begins to seek or just sink into the ground around you. And
Question.
go ahead.
Which skeleton's head in more pieces? The one that Kalis killed, or the one that
Good question.
Terran killed?
I mean,
I would like to know this.
I mean, okay. See, one was a crit, but the other one, like,
I will say you're a lot more skilled of a fighter than I am.
I
For
mean,
what
you're
it's
really
worth.
skilled at breaking lots of things.
yeah, it's tough to call. It's tough to call. I would say simply because there was more for Kalis to break. If we're talking about like quantity, then he had a lot more head left to break. But if we're talking
Oh.
about impact per single blow, it was definitely the bullet. If we want to get a little pedantic about it.
Like
These are
Tails is
important
just
things.
like an anime protagonist. He got his magic sword and he's like wigging it. He's not trained. He's just
All right.
kept going.
And as you do so, there's immediately the sound echoing throughout the caves of the crows cawing. That sort of is almost deafening for a moment, and you see the giants look towards the southernmost one, and two of them, the rear ones, you see the hands go from a raised position to just like put like one thumb up in a sense of approval from the ones back here. However, the head giant shakes his head in a disapproving manner still. And we're going to go on a quick break because we have somebody who abandoned us and is going to rejoin. And then we'll kick things back off to see what's... Oh, yeah, he is still... Well, no, he'd no longer be a kitty sickle because at the end of the turn, he had to come back. But he's very... You're a little frosty. You got some early 2000s frosted tips going on. Like, it's a new look for you. But yeah, we're going to go on a quick break. We'll be right back. Or maybe the world will explode and we'll never be seen again. 2.
That's not.
Hello, Dragons Dungeons? Anyone? We're here to play a game with no dungeons. Hasn't been any dragons yet, really. But the name is licensed as that, so we have to keep using it. So, as we last left off, you will notice that there was 5 people here, and now there was 6. That's because there's one more person here. It's how math works. You're muted. This is our Ranger Zelthar, who is rejoining us after abandoning us because he was trying to figure out a way to tell us that he didn't really love us. And he thought it was the best way to do so. And he also had some like real life shit that was supposed to be relevant or important. I don't know. I don't understand all that stuff. But he is back, and Zelthar, as you and Rowland have found yourselves in this extremely deep trance, and while being completely unaware of the other's presence, you know that they're still they're still in trance. But you guys have been going back and forth probably for the better part of at least an hour and a half, 2 hours. Just both of you frozen still. And as you're really tempted to continue onwards because you know it would be nice to spite him, you hear the sound of 3 gunshots, a lightning bolt, a firebolt, or fireball.
Why not both?
Fireball, bolt.
2 gunshots.
Oh, is it 2 gunshots?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, you're right. All coming from the cave in which your party had went down before attempting to wake you up, but failing to do so.
I'm sorry, that's so funny. Alright, I'm gonna rush down there and see what the hell is going on.
So as you do so, as you get up, rushing over, about a half second goes by, and then you hear the footsteps behind you. Not like a long time, but just a certain amount of time to know that you got up first. Is Rowland makes way behind you. Seems your friend's gotten some trouble again. As you begin rushing forward, and it seems to be a rather, at least at the moment, tamish sight. As standing before the both of you, as you get to the mouth of the cave, you see the similar 7 thrones that you saw before. However, on each of them are the silhouettes, these darkish silhouettes of these giant figures. And I mean like giant in a literal sense, a racial sense. Each of them seeming to be up to around like 25 feet or so tall, all sitting back in their chair. And in the very middle, you see you see your party standing in the large ring that you knew earlier to be the bad ring. And Taryn and Kalis both basking in the moonlight. A little bit behind them, you see Sparks, still conscious, but peeling himself off the ground. And and Jungam and her skeletons you'd be able to see the skeletons. I guess you'd be able to see Jungam's aura or whatever because she's slightly blocked by the thrones. But let me just go on the map. You would be coming in from that left side. That's where the party came in from. And yeah, you don't seem to see anything else other than that from your current position. But the last striking thing would be the cacophony of cawing crows. Ooh, I like that. Resounding in the area, each perched atop the various thrones. The party definitely looks like they don't look badly hurt, but they definitely look like they've been hit, a few of them. And once you were able to see Sparks, he looks like he's like almost like Looney Tunes-esque, as his fur has just been like blown back like with like icicles and shit. But other than that, it seems to be relatively fine to what you've seen your party get into. And for those of you inside the circle, are you immediately doing anything? Are you staying on the outside, following your party?
Use Elthar.
Oh.
What?
Are you doing anything immediately as you step into the area? Are you joining your party in the ring? Are you watching from the outside? Are you yelling at all? What's going on?
I'm probably gonna yell, "What's going on there?" to my party.
So much fighting, other things, crows.
So, seemingly in this long pause
Mhm.
in which those two are facing each other, is anything else shaking or rumbling out of the ground?
One more thing would happen. You would see the two giants on the end. You wouldn't be able to understand, and even with your Juggup, you don't speak giant, but you speak dwarvish, and it's similar enough to sometimes you get like a syllable or two, but it's just a sort of primordial sounding tongue almost. Very ancient giant speak, as the two of them sort of give out their approval.
Is it actually primordial?
Was it these
It's
two?
not actually primordial. It's
Okay.
just primordial, as in like very old.
Was it these two?
Yes, the two in the rear, or
Okay.
the top, I guess.
In the rear with the gear.
With a look on his face, the giant, or the head giant, seems to be looking upon you all, and seeing the no more approving looks from the rest of the giants, he begins to raise his hand again. You saw what happened last time he raised his hand, Taryn. The rest of the party didn't, so you're able to put two and two together.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to just have a soundboard with a Metal Gear Solid like sound effect. And
I'm just gonna be like looking directly at this giant, like right in the eye, defiantly, like the whole time. Not defiantly, but just straight on, just sort of like we can take it.
Do we have any?
What?
Is there a moment before combat
I would say
resumes?
you'd have about 2 rounds, so 12 seconds. If there's anything you'd like to do in that reprieve.
And where's Zelthar?
Zelthar and Rowland are at the area.
Where we
to
came
the
in
far
on the left.
Your Sparks. Say, are you okay? That was just a nasty folder guy.
I kind of just crawl over and attach myself to Juggun's foot
Sure,
in a kitty hug.
Terrible roll.
Yeah. I touch myself and Terran and cast the thing
The
on
thing.
both of us. The buff.
Oh, the bolstering magic?
Mm-hmm.
No. What does that do? Oh, the
I'll
temporary.
find it eventually.
Okay.
Could I hide behind Juggun?
Yeah.
Will you stop?
Shield me. Oh, great and giant woman.
I don't know why, but when he said that, I just thought of like Sparks interacting with Lady D from Resident Evil. From the giant
about
vampire
no?
lady.
How about no?
Don't run from me, cat thing.
I thought about
I don't like that at all. Not a fan.
It could have been
So are we
worse.
re-rolling initiative, I presume?
Yes, as you guys are out of combat temporarily and will begin to kick things back off. You guys watch as the ground begins to rumble once again, and almost forming out of a mix of rock and ice.
Oh, you lost one.
Ah,
Oh, there we go.
nice to know that Atomic's connection is, perfect.
No. No. I hit the wrong button. I hit the disconnect button by accident. I was trying to go over to another window and it just hit the disconnect button.
That's
My
relieving.
internet is fine.
That's good to hear. Sort of this amalgamation coming out of the mix of rock and ice, you see. Why the fuck did it save as that?
Dun, dun.
This. Why the fuck? Sorry, it's saving. It keeps saying as a WebP instead of a PNG when I'm trying to. You see the form of this sort of bluish and this bluish underbelly black creature. This sort of massive length that ends up going probably about lengthwise, maybe about 15 to 20 feet. And this jaw filled with these nasty icicle-like teeth, as it seems that the next thing to break itself out of the ground is a frost salamander.
I've never heard of a frost salamander, other than, a salamander that is frosty. So how big is it?
We're rolling initiative again?
Yes, it is a huge creature.
Oh, so it's not that big then.
It's all relative. I'm just trying to get this image saved.
Hey,
Nice.
Taran, we both have a +4 to our initiative, and we both rolled 15. Yay.
Do you want to go first?
I would like to, perhaps get to do something before I get killed.
You can go first.
Just don't get killed.
I mean, I can't help it, you keep
Super
throwing ice
easy.
at me.
I have to
Just-
say, this whole fight reminds me a lot of Wrath of the Lich King, and I love it. It's good.
Every time we say Frosty, I really, really, really want an old school Wendy's Frosty.
Oh, that's big.
That's what they would call a marketing success.
Ah, so
Coming into this one.
it's what being old does to you. Someone mentions a food and you're like, oh no, I want it.
I mean, that's not being old, believe me.
Alright.
It's just being hungry.
Not even when I'm hungry. Like we watch a movie, people are like, oh yeah, pizza. And I'm like, now I want pizza. I'm not even hungry, but I want pizza.
So, you know what's like a real old thing to know
Me?
about food is bananas. The like organic fruit bananas today don't taste like bananas. They taste artificial, and the like banana flavoring tastes like bananas used to like half a century ago. Because that flavoring was modeled after the flavoring of bananas, which shifted or something.
Interesting.
Banana. Alrighty. So, Zelthar, by the way, just so you know, you see absolutely none of this. Your party just seems really alarmed. For you, nothing is visually changed outside your party standing among the silhouetted figures. But they seem to be pretty concerned about something. You're just not really sure what.
Oh,
I figured I'd let you know, since you weren't there for that part.
gotcha.
So, yeah, let me... Oh, I didn't roll his initiative.
It doesn't need initiative. It can just, chill.
Yeah, I'll just roll a natural 20 because of that, Taran.
Natural 200.
Oh no.
200, yeah.
It's okay. No natural 20. But it's good enough.
Oh, I rolled an 18. Wonderful. Yep, cool.
You shouldn't have said anything, you know?
I could see the number.
I know. I put it there.
Please don't kill me.
I
So,
didn't see any number.
it's in
And
the
the turn
initiative tracker.
tracker.
In the
Right.
what?
It's in the initiative tracker.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant like the roll. I was like, I didn't see a roll. Anyway.
So,
Gameless.
as things start off Kalis, you're the first. You very quickly notice this creature rising from the ground from you all. And looking at it, not only does it seem to be radiating this sort of aura of cold, or like as this like frost and like is almost like falling frost and mist almost like falling off of it. But it would see no, it would probably target. Yeah, no. It seems to be very, very fond of everything scampering along you, including yourself.
Hmm.
But you
Hmm.
get to take your turn first. So what would you like to do?
Well, I'll just sort of hold Gnarlheart aloft, and I'll just go, by the power of Grayskull, and just start turning into a mess. And we'll see what happens. As ever.
Yeah.
Alright. It would need to make a dexterity saving throw as just some shit happens.
Just shit
Tiny
happens.
pixie appears and then explodes.
So that
What
is
leaves?
a failure, I assume. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
So it takes 5 force damage from just a pixie just shooting out of sort of the leaves and then into it and exploding and leaving the material plane.
Mm-hmm. So as you do so, there's this sort of what's it called? Explosion of arcane energy by its side. As the head is slightly rocked for a moment, but it doesn't seem to be very phased by it.
Jesus Christ.
Just for context, am I still hasted or would that have worn off?
You would still be hasted. Hasted round lasts 10 rounds. It was combat last time was 3 rounds. You still have 5 rounds left, I believe.
Sounds good. So I'll take some attacks. Yeah, some reckless attacks.
Would I have 6 rounds of haste left? Or is it would I do it the same round as
No.
Kalis?
I don't remember if you did the same round or after his.
I don't know if it was the same round or not. I think I went before him. Like I think in the turn order, so I think I have an extra round left.
Okay, sure. It's fine. It shouldn't.
I definitely did it
Combat-based.
after he activated it, I know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Does the 17 hit?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. 17
Actually,
just hits.
Okay, yeah. Yep, I should roll damage. That's the next thing to do. Being really slow for no reason.
It's because something else has to be.
That's 44 bludgeoning damage. And then we'll attack with you, little critter.
Oh yeah, it definitely hits. 22.
Alright, so does it seem in position to snatch Brynhild out of the air with its jaws? I'm real worried about.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
No, it doesn't seem like it's gonna snatch Brynhild, but that would be something for me to write down for the future.
Lovely. You do it to yourselves. Yeah, so I'll go wherever I need to retrieve Brynhild, and then I'm gonna move out of a 10-foot range of it to here, and end my turn.
Okie dokie.
Hope that it doesn't have 10 feet of rain.
Yeah, but let's not make it so like you guys think you're invincible. Like don't go out by yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I raged. I can't have taken that Brynhild attack, so
Oh,
that doesn't count. It's fake.
So I got it. So as you begin swinging Gnarlheart in these large arcs back and forth, just battering the head of the creature, it's sort of knocked to and fro, and then you retreat to a more advantageous position. The creature quickly gives chase after you. And you watch as, while this creature just seemed very bestial in its actions, it seems to have a bit more intelligence than you're actually expecting from it. And you watch as this sort of this ice cold mist begins to sort of pour from its mouth. As the mist crosses the floor, you guys can feel it touch your feet as it sort of cuts right through your fur/clothing. For some of you, I don't think your hooves get cold. I don't know how that works. And
My old bones are cold.
and it is going to attempt to this way.
Attempt.
Yeah. I need. Oh, you're barely safe. I could go back and. It's fine. It's fine. Kalos, I need a Constitution saving throw. Terran, I need a Constitution saving throw. Jungam, I need a Constitution saving throw, and give me one for 2 of your skeletons. As
Is this for something cold?
This is for something cold. As it's using its freezing breath.
I
I've got the.
You have the resistance, so you don't take double. That's
Okay.
You're fine, Sparks. You're just barely out of. Actually,
I mean, I should realistically be in Jugun space because I said that I effectively ran up and stood behind her, or hid behind her. So.
Well, if you want to use her as cover, I'll give you like a +2 bonus to it, so it'd be like half cover. Earlier.
Those were my words, so I will take.
All right, go ahead.
Stand on this. This
con
wall
save with a +2
by
bonus.
them.
Hey, that's a 28 total. That's great.
It's actually it's not with an advantage.
Oh, so 22 is still good. That's a pass. Jungan, you pass. Terran, you pass. Kalis, you fail. Wait, Terran and Kalis both fail. I think I just got that mixed up. This damage is not doubled for you. So Sparks and Jungam, you guys will be taking the normal damage.
So I didn't roll for my skeletons.
Damn, this is fucked up. Let me just read this again.
I think they're probably not going to be there, Jugun. Because they've only got, what, like 16 hit points, haven't they?
Well, these ones have 40. The ones he has right
Oh,
now.
okay. Oh, nice.
They still do have the vulnerability to cold damage, though.
Oh, well. So, you rolling to...
Yeah, I'm rolling it.
Roll it out in the open. Go on, kill me. Go on. Do it.
Okay.
Oof.
Jesus Christ. Oh, wait. Damn, okay.
Yeah.
So that's what, 68?
Yes.
Fuck.
Jesus. But
not for Terran, but for us.
Terran, you have resistance, and if you want to, you can uncanny dodge. You don't have to.
Oh well.
So it's 17 for you.
Cool.
Instead of the 68. Jung-un, for you, that is 34 because you passed your save, and that is 34 for Sparks as well. And your 2 skeletons, I believe, did they pass or fail?
I only rolled it once, but
I didn't see what they rolled. Okay then.
Yeah. And they would be gone. Which 2 would it be?
These 2 right here. Because
Okay.
the cone was going that way. And taking things from an outside perspective, it's fairly alarming. As you watch, where the fuck did that? Oh, there he goes. As your party, first thing you see, Zelthar, is Sparks, who was clutching, Jungam, almost like freeze over. And he's almost like stuck around her leg like a keychain. As his arms are wrapped around her ankle. That's something like that. And both
I roll out of the way of nothing.
yeah. Terran, yes, he said Terran rolls out of the way of nothing. And Kalis seems to be standing there with a whole lot of confidence based on what happened last time, but it fails him this time around. And we move over to things, and it is your turn, Zelthar.
So, are we frozen solid?
You're not frozen solid, no.
Okay.
You just took a shit ton of cold damage.
Okay,
Yep.
and I can't see what is doing harm to the party.
No.
Okay.
Not from your current vantage point.
Oh no, I can't see what you're at, Kalis. Halfway. Okay.
I think I will, because I moved 35.
I would say if you want to be closer, you could have an extra turns of movement too there, because you did have a round where you were just sort of standing there.
Okay.
Great.
I will gladly take that. All right.
So
and
you'd be
then
able to
what-
move in the circle this round if you wanted to. As you
I
saw
want
that
to
happen.
move around right here, leave enough space for Rowlin.
Mhm.
And from here, can I see the monster?
Oh,
or
you
no?
see the shit out of it.
Okay.
And it is fucking. It is this large snaking creature with these 6 legs. 'Cause salamanders, I believe salamanders D&D have 6 legs. Kind of like not a big, like a smaller behir, if you're familiar with one of those.
Okay.
And yeah, it becomes suddenly, because as you see, almost like if you've seen like dry ice, that like sort of mist like dripping from its mouth, it quickly becomes very apparent what just happened.
Gotcha. Okay. So for my turn, for the first time this game, I'm gonna cast Conjure Animals, and I'm gonna summon a CR2 polar bear right here.
On God? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Let me bring up my good old
Oh.
polar bear token.
And it says like the DM has his character sheets, but I also have it pulled up on my screen. Do you want me to roll for its hit points?
You can just
Or-
use default.
Okay.
You can roll or use default. I really don't care. I'm gonna use an owl bear because it's easier, even though
Okay.
they're not at all the same.
It's a polar owlbear.
Is it large
Polar
or huge?
owl bear. It
It's large, right?
is large.
Okay.
Large.
Large.
How do you need to roll? Oh, Rowland's.
I did. I put him there. I just didn't put in the number.
And then I need to roll his initiative.
For
I
the
have
sake of convenience, he's gonna go at the end of your turn.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Because I like that summoning rule way better than that old shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And that's all I can do.
Alrighty, and it is something indeed. As Tara, you see Zelthar join the fray with generally looking pretty stoic. His eyebrows moved a little, so you think he's astonished. But you got bigger things on your mind to try an insight check. As you look and sort of conjuring out of the air, a polar bear appears next to the salamander. What would you like to do?
Isn't it the polar bear's turn?
Oh, yeah, it is the polar bear's turn,
Mhm.
actually. Yeah, of course. Brain fart.
Get
You just...
The giant ghost's gonna have to save us.
F.
Yeah.
It's a
Polar
polar
bear.
bear's turn. If you
Oh,
want to
right.
take it. So you just
So
could... It's got 2 attacks, I believe. You want to just take those?
Yeah. 2 attacks, 1 with bite, 1 with claws. Gotcha. Plus 7 to hit. All right.
25 will hit.
Okay. Sorry,
That's
I gotta
the
look.
claw.
1d8 plus 5.
Or...
That'll be 11 damage, and then claw attack plus 7 again. Okay.
That do not be hidden. The natural one will not hit. Other thing, when you watch as it brings out this large claw, sort of slashing into it, tearing apart the flesh that was in that space, which is almost quickly like sealed. It's still damaged, but the bleeding is almost like immediately like frozen to stop the injuries. And as it lunges forward to bite at the creature, it clamps its jaw down to what seems to be a hardened part of the frozen solid part of the salamander's carapace, and there's just this loud, almost like not like cracking sound, but like this large like clacking sound as the teeth just slam against ice, and the polar bear quickly backs off. Not hurt like damage wise, but definitely in pain from that. And now, if that's all for the polar bear, you can move over to Taryn.
I I'm gonna shoot at this thing.
All right.
Just recock the pistol and fire away.
You do get sneak attack. That just hits because there's an ally within 5 feet.
Ooh. Yay, polar bear! So 15 piercing, and then
Nice. Max damage. 25. So that's
45, 40.
40 points of damage.
Mm-hmm. And because my haste is still up, I'm gonna shoot again. Yeah?
You can. Yep. 11 does not hit though.
That's alright. I'm gonna take
If
just
you're hasted, you can use a hasted action to fire your gun again.
She did. She
I did.
fired twice.
Yep.
I'm lagging a bit, I think.
That's okay.
Yeah, you were cutting out a little bit earlier. It seems to be fine now though.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take a couple steps back,
All right.
and then I'm done. That's it.
Where are you? 15 feet away? This is actually almost comical.
Does it have a 15-foot range?
It's only its bite attack.
Okay.
So, yeah, fuck it. As you try to make your way away from it, you watch as the neck sort of rears back, and almost in like a snake-like fashion, the head and neck extend itself, clamping down on the space where you were standing, and it is going to attempt to hit you.
Okay.
Let's see, 25 to hit.
It does.
You do have your reaction back, though, if you want to uncanny dodge now or save for something else.
I'll submit that recharges every turn, right?
Yeah, you get your reaction
So-
back every turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna uncanny dodge that.
All right,
It's my
so
rule.
you take 5 points of damage then, if that's the case. As
Yep.
it bites down, clamping down on you just in time, sort of like you barely manage to slip out of its jaws, and you can feel the sort of wounds immediately begin to sort of freeze and clot up as your arm stiffens, but it's still usable. Then from there, is that all for you?
Yes.
All right, we go to Sparks. That is a past death save. And from there, we'll move over to Rowland. We'll say he was moved up to... Where is it? Because he actually... Let me make a check to see if he would know this. Because he might know this. He doesn't. As he moves forward, and you see him immediately rushing forward and then taking a step back as he beholds everything going on around him. The giants. Oh, another thing I need to mention, Zelthar. Once you step into the ring, you see those giants in a sort of fully fleshed out form. Each of them, this sort of massive figures with beards, blue skin, and armor, all towering above, seemingly observing you all.
Before I entered, were they skeletons or were the chairs empty?
The chairs, they weren't skeletons, they were just like silhouettes of figures.
Gotcha.
Almost like it was just like the shadow of them were there. He is going to enter the space. Look at his stat block. Boom, boom. Oh, I can't read. Damn, why do they make reading so hard? Can we just have less fucking words, honestly? Like, we could probably take out at least half the words we have now.
I mean,
And
you
none of
made the
words.
character,
It is-
Elijah.
No.
You put all those words there.
Hey, shut up, don't ask you.
It is objectively true because like synonyms are things, but you know,
Hey.
what are you gonna do?
Hey, stop it with you English folk. You knowing words and shit. I don't
Words
like
are
it.
hard.
And tell her this makes me uncomfortable.
It's a pretty common take of late.
No, too close to home.
If he's gonna at least try. He's gonna spend his bonus action to cast Ensnaring Strike. And not wanting to get in melee with the creature quite yet, he is going to let launch 2 arrows from the bow. I believe his bonus is a plus 12. I'm just gonna roll it. So that's a 14 and a 30. A 30 hits, and plus, I think it's plus 2. And the thing needs to make a strength saving throw. Let me just check this real quick. He takes an extra d6 too. Oh wow, he's strong as fuck. Well, that was probably pretty clear. And his advantages. Oh yeah. So you watch as coming forth an arrow flies forth from Rowland's bow, slamming into the side of the creature, and you watch as these vines begin to wrap their way around him, restraining him, and very quickly, you watch as they all sort of freeze over and just break off into icy chunks around him.
Oh,
And that'll be all.
this boy's no bueno.
And that'll be all for him. Move over to the. Right? The skeletons in Jungum? I guess the skeletons have the. Okay. Either way. Jungum, it's you and your skeleton's turn.
Sweet. I'm really worried about Sparks. Try
If
clear
you,
wounds again. Because you're just on saving throws. Let's do
If
a
you-
fourth
if you-
level.
didn't want to heal me, you would just have to peel me off your ankle to move.
I mean, you can kind of drag him around. He's small and you're pretty strong. I mean, you're a 6'8" buff Aasimar woman wearing armor at all times. I think you could drag him at least a few feet if you want to.
I'm not gonna do that with Sparks. It's okay, buddy.
Why is everything so mean?
It is pretty cold here.
It's nice. It's a nice cool temperature, I think.
It's a little nippy, though.
Okay, and for my bonus action, my skeletons are gonna attack it.
Alrighty.
Do I still roll mob rolls?
There's only 2 of them, man. You can just fucking roll it if you want to.
Alright, sweet.
I don't really care when there's like 2 to 4, that's fine. But once we get up to like having 8 fucking skeletons,
Alright, so
18 and 24 will hit.
Sweet. I can just go back up. Right. 15 points of damage.
Alrighty. Nice. Why isn't this... So, you watch as the 2 magical arrows go flying into the creature, able to pierce through its hide and damaging it. The creature, as I said, it looks fairly damaged at this point. Not exactly going to be eaten dirt anytime soon. Or immediately. But you definitely have done quite the number on it. And if that's all for you, we'd be moving over to Kalis on initiative.
I'm really late on this, but could I have changed my rage effect on a reaction?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. I won't have it take the active effect since I'm so late, but it'll do me something else maybe.
Oh,
Is
same
it the
one.
same one?
Yeah, I think it's the same one.
Okay, nothing happens. Yeah. So I'll go over here. And I think I'm flanking him, so it's like a +2 to attacks.
Yes. +2 bonus to melee attacks.
Put that in. And I'll try and take some hasted attacks.
They do be hitting though. Yeah, that hits too. Get a fucking 34 to hit. All right, Zelthar.
Yeah, I mean, how am I gonna miss with these, really?
Wait, Zelthar can't even get a 34. Actually, he needs a highest he can get is a 32, I think. So
Okay,
it's
so that's
30.
24,
24,
35.
54?
Yep, exactly. And I'm just it's like a lizard-like creature, like a
Yeah,
dodongo.
it's
The dongo.
yeah, it's
So, like I just get across from where its tail's laying across the ground, and I just like and it smacks just hit the tail, just cause maximum amount of pain. Not even trying to kill it, just trying to like
that's just petty.
irritate it.
That's just petty.
It's
But
a
Like Brynhild is
it's
just
an
like
ice skink, so the tail pops off.
as you do so, wailing into its hindquarters, you watch as the rearmost set of legs sort of buckle under the weight of all of them, and not broken, but they're more sort of being more like dragged by the forelegs and the middle legs as you go smashing down on this creature over and over and over, and then one more time just to be sure. It is still alive.
Mhm.
However, it is still alive. Yes, technically, yeah.
Sounds
I
good.
look forward to
And I'll
doing
just
nothing.
end my turn
combat.
5 feet with it. 5 feet of it.
Okay. Well, it was gonna attack the polar bear. But things suddenly changed. And it turns towards you, Kalis, and it's going to use its 5 attacks.
Okay.
Because, oh, actually, I need to roll a d6 to see if that recharges. It did not.
So close yet so far.
No, it only recharges on a 6, sadly.
Oh.
So this is, the first 4 are for the claw attacks. So that is a dun 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 28, 25, and 25. I'm assuming the 11 misses, or the 12 misses.
20, 25. Yep, those will all hit except for the low one.
D6.
On the first, wait, so the low one's it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
On the first one,
go ahead.
I will use my reaction to reroll wild magic.
Definitely do so.
I get 24 AC, but that doesn't do anything.
Ah, damn, just barely.
My AC is ridiculous right now.
Yeah. And the last one is, so you take 23
That may be
points
dead.
of piercing damage, reduced to 11 because you are raging.
Mm-hmm.
And the bite attack is last. That is an 18 to hit. That does not hit you. So, as the jaws come...
Oh, 23 from all 3 of the attacks?
Oh, yeah, that was all the attacks. Yeah. Reduced to 11 because of your rage. And the last attack, as these sort of icy jaws come clamping down on you, you're able to raise Gnarlheart just in time to avoid them from going to where your head was, because as you've learned throughout your life, you need your head quite a bit.
It's like that scene everyone's seen in Demon Slayer, I think.
Probably, I don't even remember Demon Slayer at this point, but I'm sure it was in there somewhere. But yeah, having your head is useful. You managed to maintain yours for now. And
Right
that
now.
is the Frost Salamander's turn. We move back over to Zelthar.
Alright. I'm gonna do the ranger special called shooting 2 arrows. Woo woo.
Okay.
Let's hope they hit.
Oh, give me 1 second, actually. I need to... Sorry, I have to add Kalis' damage onto there real quick. Or re-add it, because I didn't click enter when I fucking... It was 54? Yeah.
I'll just roll them.
Alright, yeah, you're good. Go ahead. Yeah, the 22 hits. You already know.
So do I.
If you ask me, I'm gonna hit you.
31 does not hit, I'm sorry. The 22 does, though.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It's like golf.
I
do
wish
not-
it were like golf. That'd be great for me.
And then those arrows do 20 damage. I don't have
Yep.
Hunter's Mark because that requires concentration. And I think polar bears are cooler. Speaking of, I'm gonna do the polar bear's turn now.
Go for it. It's The polar bear might take it if it hits it. I'll say that.
Okay, this is for its first attack. I think it's a bite.
Yeah, the bite hits.
And the bite does 10 damage, and the second attack is its claws. And I think that hits, and then... And 10 damage.
So another 20. It's 40 total. Well, a lot of work was put in. But at the end of the day, the bear manages to be the one that finishes it off.
Nice.
How does the bear want to do? What about
Okay.
you? What does the bear want?
Okay, so Gumby the bear.
I'm sorry.
Give
What the
it a
fuck did
name.
you just say?
Gumby.
Gumby. Okay.
Yep. Gumby the bear does its bite attack on its tail because it's facing Kalis, and he just chomps on it. And then the lizard-looking thing squeals in pain, and then the bear crawls up into its tail on its back and gets on its head and does a slash, like a slash right on the lizard's head, leaving large gashes. And then Gumpy Bear does the majestic roar, and then the lizard falls.
It's just like that movie. What was it? Was it the Northern Compass or the Golden Compass? Like one of those like fully armored like battle bears.
Battle bear.
So as you do so, and
Gumby the battle bear.
in a rather unexpected turn of events, as the polar bear mounts the salamander and begins absolutely tearing into him, there's this brief moment of wrestling as Kalis. You have to sort of move out the way of the moment to avoid the thrashing of limbs. As along the back of this creature, the polar bear just slamming down over and over, leaving these large gashes onto it, until eventually the salamander, unable to continue fighting, as you watch this sort of darkish blue blood, no longer freezing, begins hitting the floor and sort of turning that area into black ice. It hits the ground, crumbles into its previous state of sort of rock and snow, and sinks into it.
Just like cheering on the bear, just like doing weird forest roars and stuff. Like a weird sport.
It's really scary when deers yell.
Spark stands up and gets ready to get frozen by the next giant creature to appear.
So,
Yeah, we can actually probably just step out and not do this, guys.
So, as it sinks into the ground, there's another cacophony of cawing crows that ring out over the area. And the other four giants that are not the ones on your left and right side, sort of, after a moment's pause, look towards what seems to be their leader and give a nod. And almost in with a begrudging look, he nods his head as well towards them. And there is this bellowing sound that comes out. Doesn't necessarily seem to be coming from them, but from the walls around you, as this chanting begins in what sounds to be ancient giant. And the figures on the throne disappear. And you watch as there's a rumbling of stone and earth, and the bottommost throne in which you had seen the leader sat previously begins to lift itself up off the ground.
Like levitate?
Like levitate, yes. Yes, this is about... It's fairly large. It's maybe about like 30 feet by 30 feet, I think. Or 20 feet. 20 feet. It's a big, massive stone as it begins to float upwards into the air. And below it, you see a staircase leading into the darkness. And with that, the figures are gone. And it does not seem that anything else is joining the fray.
Hmm.
Should go down there. Something's gotta be cool down
Do you
there.
think Do you think the spirits will give us time to gather ourselves
What are
after we were
talking
just
about? We don't need to wait.
frozen sequentially?
Yeah.
Let's just get out of this ice circle and go down the stairs. Yeah.
I mean, I just woke
How
up.
wounded are you, Sparks?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I need to sleep, but I'm fine.
Is anyone else wounded?
I am, and I didn't note down the potions I got before. I can't remember.
Oof. I could cast a healing spell. Or we could just take a short rest and it could end.
We
Don't
could
need to
just
know.
take a long rest afterwards. It's probably, we probably fought everything that's evil.
Okay, I got one potion of superior.
Has evil. That'd be good.
Oh, I'm
I
dead.
mean, we
I
could
don't know.
conserve
I
our
made a troll.
potions, but if you have any spells, I'm all ears, and he sort of flicks his ear.
I disintegrate Kalis.
Oh no!
That terrible pun.
You wish you
Why?
could.
Fuck did it go?
Wait, do you know disintegrate?
I
Why
do
would
know
you
the spell
do that?
disintegrate. Yes.
That's a fun spell.
I was really looking forward to using it in this fight, but then every single time, paralyzed, down, just sitting there going, oh, another combat that I don't get to take part in.
If anybody has any healing, that would be great right now before we go down this dark staircase.
So I don't wait. I
have
I
a
got healed by
spell.
Jugan. What can I see down the staircase?
Okay.
I mean, really, what could be down there?
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Hey,
I'm
you'll
gonna
hit.
go cast cure
I'm sorry, what? What happened?
mass curing. So everyone gets healing.
It happens to
18.
you too, Taryn.
That is pretty bad.
Yeah, no, it is.
Does anybody
My
have
healing has been
Yeah.
lackluster today.
I don't
anybody have
know.
health?
It'd be great. I mean, I don't know how badly off anyone else is, but I'm okay, I think.
So, running ahead,
So-
Sparks. Oh, go ahead.
So-
You're
So-
saying-
Nudge.
I was just gonna say, does the mass cure wounds get me on that? Or is it 30 feet?
It hits everyone. It's 60
Ah.
feet.
Okay, that's
Where is Sparks?
And I get up to 6 people.
Jesus
So,
Christ,
at
can you wait
least
for
six.
a minute before
No.
you go off into places? Oh
No.
my god. I'm gonna put a harness on you, a leash, so that you don't go too far. Jesus Christ.
Whoop.
And you hear a
And
laughing
Taryn has
sound coming
just
from below the
stated a
staircase.
hate crime. I was listening to you. Like, don't say leash, don't say leash. No, I'll just say leash. It's like, ugh.
Alrighty. So, Sparks, as you make your way down the stairs, to your left, as you enter this dark hall, is a closed double door. No handles or hinges on this side of it. And to your right is a curved tunnel blocked by an iron gate. It has around 1 foot square gaps between its horizontal and vertical bars. The hinges on the northern side of the gate indicates that it swings inwards.
So what you're saying is I can crawl through the 1 foot square.
You can try to, yeah. Situated in shallow alcoves at the far end of this hall are 6 braziers, each one in the shape of a 4 foot tall, 2 foot wide stone urn, held snugly atop a high claw basalt pedestal. Carved into each urn is a rune. Above the alcoves looms a stone archway into which some words are inscribed in Dwarvish.
In Dwarvish, not giant.
In Dwarvish, correct.
Cool. I can't read any of those. I'm gonna see the bars and try and squeeze through. Like a cat. I mean, while the rest of the party decides if they're coming down the stairs or not.
Oh, no, apparently they actually explicitly say the gaps between the bars are too small for small or medium characters to squeeze through.
Mm.
Apparently.
By any chance, do you have that description easily available to like copy paste?
Yeah,
Cool.
I'll post it in the Discord.
Thank you.
And I assume eventually the rest of you guys will enter this area as you see Sparks sort of pushing his way through this sort of large iron gate along the side. Not entirely successful, but he is
I
trying.
missed step through.
There you go. And if you're continuing down that way, you would see it leads further onwards to another area with a
Ooh.
set of double doors.
Well, before we move on and the party moves in, I'm gonna wild search and see if I can get something useful, like, you know, regenerating heat, HP and stuff like that.
Sure. I respect it.
I'm glad that you saw that.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's fine.
Can I try pushing on these doors? Just like leaning into them and trying to push them.
Yeah, give me just 1 second. I'm trying to remember which ones you can and... where is it? 65. That's nothing bad.
Hmm.
Oh.
Nothing of worth happens.
The air gets really... You see sparks in the air for a second, but nothing's close enough for it to matter.
It's really what for a second?
Sparky.
Sparky.
Like sparks, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Something
No,
you expect.
yeah, I got that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I stepped 5 feet away.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Julian, I'm just gonna look in here. I'll be back in a second. Can I push this door open?
It is a large, heavy door, and you give me an athletics check in order to do so. It's not locked.
Oh.
It's just fucking a massive stone door.
But I'm
It's the
weak.
door on the right.
I'm gonna use
Sorry,
tights.
left.
The one that
Those.
sparks in front of.
But I'm not strong.
Apparently today you are strong enough. As with this heaving sound and what sounds to be a bit of, not crying, but some noise.
Don't give yourself a hernia.
You slowly push the door open and reveal the contents of the room to yourself.
Ooh.
And inside,
Shiny.
the room is completely barren, except for a large oak chest with silver fittings sitting on the wall opposite of the double doors.
Guys, I found a chest. Should I open it?
And a large gold key sticks out of the chest's built-in lock.
There's a large gold key in here.
I'll
He
I'll
adds
make
to
my
character
way,
development.
Sparks.
I'll move down the stairs with my with Gumby.
Can I push these doors open? I want to try pushing these doors open.
I mean, just make sure those ones aren't locked. I don't think they are.
Actually, I want to check for traps first.
Okay, you can do that too.
$16.
Seems all good. And that door is unlocked. You're able to just push it open.
Okay. Do you need an athletics check or anything?
Oh, yeah, actually, you do. I just double checked. Yeah, you do need
Cool.
an athletics check to open that door.
Oh, that's not bad.
That is the DC.
Yes. New internet, new roles, as
As-
Mandy said earlier.
Sort of placing your feet against the floor, pressing your shoulder up against it, you manage to open up the door, and it seems to be a room filled with 4 different oaken chests.
Different to the one that Sparks found.
Seemingly yes. Where is it? The chamber holds 4 large wooden chests with iron fittings and built-in locks. Hanging from a hook in the middle of the ceiling is a 1-foot diameter iron ring with 4 1-foot iron keys and a single 1-foot long silver key dangling from it.
How high off the ground
Sorry,
is
how
it?
many iron keys?
There's 4 iron keys and 1 silver key. It's about a foot long.
How high off the ground is it hanging down? Like how high? Can I reach up?
How high is the ceiling? That's a good fucking question. the fuck?
Dwarf height? Or is it giant height?
It is not. Was this area supposed to be giant height? It doesn't seem to be necessarily. Oh, 25 foot high. The ceiling is.
So how
not
far?
giant height.
So how far down are the keys hanging?
Maybe they're close to against the ceiling. They're maybe at about like they're pretty much at 20 feet or at 25 feet.
Okay. So
They're, like,
pretty
on, like,
far out
a-
of reach.
Yeah, yeah. They're like on a like a screw, whatever, like a hook screw at the top of the ceiling.
Are they
That's
like?
chest.
Is it an open screw or is it a closed hook? Or
It's
is
a
it just
closed
like?
hook.
Does this chest look funky?
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. It is open. It is open. I'm sorry. I misread.
Hey Zelthar,
Yes.
While you're doing that,
come here.
Okay.
Sparks, what were you asking?
Does it look funky? I investigated to see if it's trapped, I guess. Oh,
All right, Gumby, can you stay here? Real quick? It was a bit wide.
It doesn't seem to be trapped or anything of that. What's it called? Or anything of that nature.
cool. I'll open it.
Alrighty. So, as you turn the key to the lock, it does not move. It seems while this key is inserted in here, and it safely can be removed, it does not seem to be the key to unlock this chest.
I pull the key out and head back towards the group.
I'm gonna kind of.
Give me 1 second before you do that.
Oh no.
It's a goddamn mimic.
No.
Could you imagine?
I think he would have been trying to eat me, when I was turning the lock if it were a mimic.
It's
The
a very
buyers
patient
Mimic in.
mimic. It's a patient
Very
mimic.
patient mimic.
Maybe the key is a mimic, not the chest.
Oh god.
Okay. So, as you actually turn the key in the chest, you see sort of arcane shimmering in the air in front of you.
Ooh.
And this, what color is it? Does it have a specific color?
So this is retroactive before I took the key.
Yeah, before you take the key out. What would seem to be, from your experience, a portal of some sort appears in front of the chest, or up top, like above the chest.
A two-way
Along the wall.
portal?
You ain't go through it. Yeah. It might be two-way.
Go on a whole new adventure.
I'm afraid.
Just like last time.
I'm afraid I can't detect magic any further, Sparks. So I couldn't tell you anything about what's going on with this.
Oh, I'm in a completely different room to you,
Yeah.
Tails.
No, I said I caught up with you.
Oh no! See, he teleported, through the wrought iron
Oh.
gate, or the iron gate.
Hmm.
I've missed
Well-
a step through.
Don't I have some?
Right. So other than a weird ass portal, nothing else happened.
No,
It still doesn't unlock, right?
no, or correct. The chest is not unlocked.
I'll do as I said and pull the key out.
Yeah, and the portal disappears immediately.
Cool. I'll head back to the group with the key, and hey guys. Oh hey Jungen, you're still here. So there's a silver chest overhead with this gold key in it, and when I turned the key, a weird portal arrived, and I really wanted to go through it, but I thought I'd come and tell you first.
I'm gonna kind of lean over. I'm gonna lean over to Zelthar and be like, "You see that ring of keys up there? Do you think you can hit that down?"
I could try. I'm gonna try it.
What's over there? Oh, sorry.
It's like a ring of keys hanging on something.
It's on a hook from the ceiling.
Yeah.
But it's an open hook. It's not like a closed ring. So if you could maybe like
I
get
mean,
it off
Zelthar
somehow.
has ring of jumping. He could probably just jump.
20 feet up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Actually,
I forgot I had that item. Okay, I want to jump and grab the ring or key rather.
Well, that works too.
So yeah, as he sort of begins to pull out his bow to attempt to shoot it off, he gets hit with a, and pun intentional, spark of inspiration, and he puts it away. He walks over to it, and you see his feet leave the ground and not touch it for a lot longer than you thought he would. As he leads upwards towards the ceiling, snatches the key off, and lands safely below it.
All right, here you go, Taryn.
Thank you.
So on this side of the wall, is there any levers that I can pull to lift this portcullis, or is it just...
Nope.
Cool.
What are the colors of the chest in this room? The one that sparked that was silver, correct?
It had silver lining to it. Yes.
Do any of these have any different color lining to them?
These are lined in iron.
Okay.
What was the color of Sparks' key?
Silver, gold.
I have a gold key.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where Kalis is, so I'm talking to Jugum right now. I don't. Oh, you're
Well,
still-
I guess
yeah.
I'll just be with the room
I mean,
with four chests.
there's a map. It's south of the thing.
Yeah. It's below where you
Oh.
guys are just fighting.
I didn't notice that there was more to this page.
Look good.
I would like to go over to the... Didn't mean to mute myself. I would like to go over to this chest and try one of the iron keys.
It's a mimic.
What isn't a mimic these days? So, as you do so... I just have to keep checking the fucking map again.
Do all the iron keys' teeth look the same?
No, they all look slightly different, the iron ones.
Okay. Okay.
But it doesn't take a few moments of trying them out to find the iron key that does open up this chest. And as you do so, the lid pops open. You see inside of it a frozen stiff, dead snowy owl.
Inspecting the owl, is there anything different about it, or is it just frozen and dead? Like, does it have any special markings or anything, or is it like...
It seems to be just a dead owl in the chest.
Kalis is going to have a single tear drip down his face, like that nice Italian man in the feather headdress riding down that river in that commercial.
I want to go to the next one and do the same.
As you do so, you see an arrow of what seemingly elven make. That's all the chest contains.
A single arrow.
A single arrow, correct.
And the next one down.
Um,
So I'll be at this one here.
Is it an arrow that's normal size, or is it giant size?
a normal sized arrow. Seems to be elven made, from what you've seen of Zelthar's arrows. You see an absolute, very astonishing looking, gleaming what seems to be a dragon scale
Ooh,
of a white
right.
dragon.
I'm gonna leave it alone for right now and do the last one.
You see the rock about the size of a fist.
Is it a specific type of rock? Like,
Just it's a pretty one. It seems outside of that it seems to be rocky rock. Not like a box, they probably wouldn't win a boxing championship, but it's large, it's rather hard, you can knock on it. If you use it on a person, it'd be rather effective as well. But outside of that, it doesn't seem to be particularly remarkable. And
Did we see the fourth chest?
there's no fifth chest.
the rock.
Oh,
Oh,
the
fourth-
the fourth one was a rock.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's a silver. The chest with silver lining over there, and there's a silver key remaining
I mean,
On-
you don't know about the silver.
I don't, but there is a silver key remaining on the key ring.
Yeah. And oh, go ahead.
About that, could I shut the chest with the rock and try and unlock it again with the silver key and reopen it?
As you do so, the silver key is not able to unlock the chest once again.
All right, okay, that's fair.
If I try to pick up the dragon scale, what happens?
You don't.
It, as you pick it up, and
Your
you can
vulnerability to
sort of-
cold damage.
and you guys, you're not in the ring. You don't have the vulnerability, at least. As you sort of feel it, sort of pressed against your palm, it seems that you are holding a dragon scale.
It's your gun. What does that say on the wall? That looks like dwarvish, but I can't read it.
Oh, let me take a look.
Okay.
Peruse over there.
So, as you turn your head to look over towards it, being a dwarven connoisseur, you can read it rather easily. It seems to be a poem of some sort. It says, "Snatch a scale from a sleeping worm, against the blowing wind stand firm. Climb a mountain with a stone in your shoe. On little feet, death comes for you. Be the arrow that starts the war. Let life's blood fall till it falls no more." I'll post that in the chat so you guys have
Thank
a
you.
reference to
I'm
it.
about to say.
Thank you.
Ugh.
That doesn't make any
Oh.
sense.
Okay, this is pretty. I think I got this.
Oh, and real
Yeah,
quick,
yeah.
Yeah.
Ethan, you would recognize on each of the braziers there is a different sort of like rune. One says death mountain, one is the war rune, another is a life, one is the wind, and one is the dragon. The order of which doesn't matter, but those are the 6 runes that are there, just so you have a point of reference. Because, will this work? Maybe this will, maybe this won't.
Where was this text located at?
Above the braziers in the center of the room. So like on the
Okay.
back wall, in the center back wall.
Like, this is the rock. That's black. I'm pretty sure this was like unlock them in this in order.
Yeah, which one corresponds with which? The runes to the braziers.
The braziers would just be going left to right in the way you see them. Same left to right as it is in that chart.
So that would be the wind or the death.
So leftmost would be death.
Okay, gotcha.
And then below that would be mountain, war, life,
Okay.
wind, and dragon.
Gotcha.
Forgot what the second one was. So the key is probably the chest. We should open in the order in which like this poem says it.
We shouldn't
Huh?
move the things to the braziers.
You think? Okay, we can
That
try
could
that.
work. Yeah.
But we only have 4 on this side, and then whatever the silver one opens, that
Did you say you have a silver key? Could I borrow it for a minute?
here you go.
I retreat without
Bye.
saying anything and fly to this chest.
Yeah. It's funny that you mentioned that. Because I assume you just toss the keyring to him?
I hand it to him.
So, as you do so, sort of handing it to him, like, through, like, the space you watch as like the metal from the gate sort of closes around where you're about the foot by foot square.
Wait, the
And
gate closes?
The sort of space between the gate where you're trying to hand it through close.
Oh, I thought he was over here with Jogun.
No, he's on the other side of the gate. Sparks is.
Oh. So does like my hand get caught,
Your
or
hand doesn't get caught. It's more like as you go to reach it, your key is almost like jammed like against the wall.
okay? Can you come back over here? Because this.
No, I don't want to waste this spell slot without having to.
Well, I don't think I can get the silver key to you.
Well, one would imagine that if I tried. You've got a teleporty cape, haven't you?
That was actually what I was just looking at. I didn't write anything down from last time. Let me make sure.
It's Cape of the Mont Blanc.
Yeah, unless you
Okay.
cast Dimension Door once per day.
Yeah, let me add that to my equipment so I know that I fucking have it.
Also, I have a key that could make portals. Should I go through the portal?
No.
Maybe once we can all enter there.
What color was the portal?
Like not like blinding white, but like very like Snow White.
Okay, so do colors, suggest which realm / where they might go?
Not whatsoever.
Cool.
It's
cool.
completely
Thank-
arbitrary.
Right.
Okay. So, can I try using my cape to dimension door to the other side of the bars here?
Okay. And where are you holding your keys? Where are the keys located?
In her
my
hand.
hand?
Okay, just making sure.
Mm-hmm. I want to zoop over.
That can have no downside effects or anything.
Nah.
And I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like latched onto or caught onto anything or something like that. And as there's
Don't.
this puff of smoke and the smell of brimstone fills the air, which Terran was just standing, you appear on the other side. Empty-handed, though.
God damn it.
Hey, Taran,
And
how
the
many
keys-
times a day can you do that?
And the keys don't appear to be necessarily on the floor, but you hear like a slight like jingling sound from the roof, Zelthar. You turn your head and you see the keys back on the keyring.
I guess I will jump and get it again.
Can you just do the silver key? Can you take the silver key off?
Yeah, no. The silver key, basically, when you teleported it, it teleported back to the keyring.
It was a whole key ring.
Yeah,
It could. I didn't take it off.
Yeah. Well, the whole keyring went with it.
Mm-hmm. So can we do just one key?
I don't think it makes any difference. I think you just can't do it until you solve the puzzle. I think that's quite obvious.
Well, but we don't have enough elements to solve the puzzle. There's 6
Mm-mm.
altars
Well, I mean, I
and
solved
5
4 of
chests,
them.
and one of them we haven't opened.
Maybe the lifeblood one is you have to put blood in it. I don't know. Why don't you try
Right, but there's
solving
still only
4 of them
5.
first? Because either way, Taran is now stuck on this side and can't get out. So, you might as well try and solve it.
I can just. Is this to the next dawn? So does it? Then, what
You've
time
got
is
6
it?
hours. You could take a short rest in here with me.
Well, is it? Is it next dawn from like midnight, or is it next time the sun rises?
When the sun rises, the camp will recharge, we'll say.
Okay. Okay. Because if it's like 1 a.m., then I have to wait like 23 hours.
Yeah, that'd be a little fucked up.
I could just sleep over
I
here.
don't think the owl flies Terran because it's dead.
It used to. It's representative
but-
of flight.
Okay, so it's not because it's not about flight because the line is against the blowing wind stand firm, which is not what an owl does. Alive or dead. That's just my take on it. But
Okay. It's symbolic of flight, possibly. Well, it can go either way, we'll say right now. We don't know.
it's a bad omen. Like, ugh.
I mean, owls do represent death in some cultures, but they also fly, so it's a 50-50. It's a coin toss. Yeah. Anyway, hi, I'm
Is there
stuck
Try
anything-
here.
blowing in it.
Is there anything else here that we can interact with on this side of the bars, or we kind of?
This seems to be the chest in which you all have opened, as well as the various braziers.
Can you try taking the silver key off the ring?
It is. You could attempt to, but you probably have to break the end of the silver key. It's a closed ring. Someone
Yeah.
thought that far ahead.
Can we
think-
can we break the ring?
Confirm.
I don't know. I don't want to try.
Hmm. Can
For the life one, I think we have to use blood.
probably.
Yeah.
If I go to the chest, can I move it at all?
The big chest.
The one that's over where I'm stuck.
Let me see. How many? Remember just how big it is.
What are you doing?
It cannot be moved if you attempt to budge it or
Okay.
shift it.
Okay.
Even then, it's still rather large. It's around 10 feet long, 5 foot wide, and
Mm.
6 foot tall.
Wow.
It's a rather large
It's 6
chest.
feet tall.
Yes.
It's taller than me.
Oh.
Jesus.
Hmm.
How does Sparks open it?
It's got boots. He'll float up.
With my strength.
So could I try and match up the things on the pedestals? Are we ready for that?
You can go for
Try.
it if you want to.
Go for it.
Yeah.
So this is.
I'm gonna
I'm
come
gonna
back and
say-
watch.
I'll type it out and stuff. But my answers would be. What I want to try is we don't have enough objects, so I'm just gonna improv some shit. So basically on the dragon altar, place the white dragon scale. On the wind altar, I would like to set down my javelin of lightning.
Okay.
Set a stone on the mountain altar, the dead owl on the death altar, the arrow on the war altar, and put some blood on the life altar.
So, as you go by one, setting the dragon scale upon the altar, a moment passes by and there's a as flames begin to light up, and the brazier is lit, and you see what's it called? You see the rune give off a faint blue glow. As you press the javelin of lightning into the wind altar, a few moments pass by, but to no effect. As you place the large stone at the mountain altar, a few moments back by, and the flames spark to life. The death altar, you watch as the owl is quickly consumed as that brazier springs to life. Let's see for the war altar. As the arrow falls into it, there's a moment of silence after the sort of clacking, forms to life, and as you sort of cut yourself along your palm and let a few drops of blood trickle onto the altar, it also sparks to life. So all three of them are lit except the wind one.
Can you blow on it? Wind.
Sorry, he doesn't have the lips for it, It's a little bit harder for him. He's got like
Ooh,
a deer
just
mouth.
What do you think the poem verse meant, Juggin?
Well, it says against the blowing wind, stand firm. So I'm assuming just blow on it. But it's just me. I'll try fanning it with my shield.
So as you do so, you watch as Jungam makes her way over, and this large sort of almost kind of having a two-hand if you're gonna fan it, just like one arm holding it.
I'm well aware.
Almost like these large, almost like she's working like the bellows at a forge. This large gust of wind sort of flies out from the shield, and a moment passes by, and the torch is lit, and you guys watch as words hard think thought.
The flame, brazier.
Yes,
brazier.
as the brazier lights, and the wrought iron gate slowly begins to swing inwards. Assuming you two move out the way, because
Yeah.
and it seems the way is open for you all.
Yay!
Let's open this chest in here.
Check it out.
Okay.
Okay. So, as you all do so, gathering around the chest, getting ready. At least at this point, you know it's either not a mimic or a very patient one. Let me just find out what this.
Half the reason why I came over here because I assumed it was a mimic.
I'm sorry. My Google's frozen again. Fucking Christ. I hate 5e tools sometimes, even though it's usually very reliable, but it's being fucky right now. Is it very reliable actually, or did I just make that up?
I think you just made that up.
Yeah, I think I did. I just lied to everyone. You can't do anything about it. Fucking
We can
baller.
judge you silently.
It's okay. It won't be worse than how I judge myself.
True. Well, truth bomb there.
You find sort of propped up is what seems to be a almost gorgeously carved horn. This sort of large
Horn
It's
with
not
an
a
H, not
horn.
a P and H. Okay.
Yes, horn. Not the. And it's not, I'm not giving. Not a single berserker is fucking coming out of here. Don't think that, you two. Fuck
Oh,
you before that happens. Fuck you.
It's the Horn of Gondor.
It's not Valhalla then.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what the second thing in here was.
Can you describe the
So
horn
what
again?
was up with the
Sorry.
horn?
What's up? It is
It's not a
horn?
horn on Valhalla.
It's not a horn of Valhalla. It is this large, beautifully carved horn, depicted with various, not only giant runes, but sort of almost like, what's the word? It'd be mostly runes, and you see like a few like figures, like rough images of figures carved into it. For the sake of convenience, so you guys have something to put in your inventories, it is a horn of blasting.
Mm.
I'm just trying to figure out what the second thing is real quick. And that is not it. You see the next to it two
Wow.
what seem to be fairly you would know that it's here. It's probably very clearly some sort of magical device. But if you're familiar with like how primitive tattooing works, where it's just sort of the needle, they have like sort of the hammer where the ink is fed through. You see what seems to be almost like this set, or like this two objects lining on both sides. And it seems that this is, for the sake of convenience, there are two magical tattoos of cold absorbing.
Oh, shiny.
That seems to be
Wow.
everything that fills this chest.
I want one of those.
You're already resistant to cold damage.
Well, I can give the ring to somebody else.
You just want all the cool stuff, don't you? Ah,
I want a tattoo.
Tattoos are cool. That's what all the cool kids have.
Give me your tats, bro.
You can always just have tattoos, but it's not magical.
I want more tattoos. They're like Pringles, when once you pop, you can't stop.
I would like to ask, considering that I was murdered almost 4 times by cold damage this session, could I have a tattoo of cold resistance?
Or you can have a ring.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, so which kind of tattoo is it?
A cold absorbing tattoo, not resistant.
Oh, that's that's the whole
There's
thing.
2
Yeah.
doses of it.
Yes, there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
So in order to attune to it, you just need to put it to your skin over the process of a short rest, and it will become a tattoo that appears on your skin. You don't literally tattoo yourself. While you have it, you have resistance to cold damage, and once per dawn, when you take cold damage, you can use your reaction to gain immunity against that instance of the damage, and regain a number of hit points equal to half the damage you would have taken. That's once per day. But at the end of the hard part is it is an attunement item, so
How does that work? Are you attuned as long as it's on your skin?
yeah, you can if you unattune to it, the tattoo disappears and it becomes a needle again.
Ooh.
Oh, neato.
So it's really weird because it's like the ultimate like removable tattoo, like a fake tattoo, because you can just like
So I
take
have
it
a
off.
question for you.
Yes, it
It's
does.
only
appear
a
on your
one-time
fur.
use, right?
Cool.
No, they're not one-time use.
Okay.
If you
I thought
unattune
it
to
was.
it, another creature can use it, or you can use it later on.
Neat.
And tattoo attunement stats, so if we find more, you don't have to use more.
So who wants a ring of warming so I can have a badass tattoo in my arm?
Well, I will leave you all to fight over the tattoos in the meantime. As you guys, I assume, would you guys like to take a long rest at this point? Would you like to return to camp? You don't have to.
Hey
if you don't want
guys,
to.
should we go through a portal instead of resting?
No, let's rest and then go through the portal.
Or
Yeah.
Sure, you guys want to get to the okay?
But
Let's go off track again. Yay, guilty.
Like we can guess say Zelthar's father, and then we can get to the portal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
but the
good
portal
idea.
might
I
only
mean-
work in this lock.
don't
I
want
guess
Zelthar's father to die.
And the
I
last
guess
time we
it's
did.
your choice, Although, like, do you think this is worth it? I mean, we are here for your cause, I suppose.
Yeah, it wouldn't be necessarily fair for my word to trump all of yours because we are a group, but
Well, we're
If-
here to help your family.
Exactly.
I
We're
understand.
you can send the
We're
bear
with you.
through it.
What was that?
You can send the
Elijah.
bear through it.
Yeah, tell it to go through and then come back. And if it doesn't come back, then we know stuff.
it's true.
I don't want to do that to animals.
Like, it's you summoned it. It's a face spirit. It had the chance to get eaten. It will just disappear in like an
It's
hour.
another life, Sparks.
I've got a better idea. I pull off one of the animals that I had given to Kalis earlier, from my bag of
Yep.
tricks. I activate the portal and yeet a badger through it
Oh no.
and
As you
wait for
do
it to
so-
come back.
As you close the chest, insert the golden key, and turn it, you guys watch this large, shimmering like white portal appears, and there's the badger equivalent to hey, and it gets
Come
shoved
back!
through the portal, and a few moments go by. No response. No badger. Everyone's sort of looking around back and forth. Three, 4 minutes go by. There's no badger.
Well, that doesn't bode well. Let's take a long rest first before we do any portaling.
You could
Fair
tie a
enough.
rope around me and I could just look.
Let's rest before we do any portaling,
I
please.
just kind of want
Well,
to look.
it is
Just
a.
a little curious.
I'm not sure the rope would. Yeah. Oh, all right.
Kalis, never mind. Wait, is that concentration? 1 second.
You mean speak with animals?
Yes. Make me a perception check. Kalis.
It lasts 10 minutes, so.
Oh. Yeah. We'll save for comedic effect then.
Okay. Would you say concentration check or perception check?
Perception.
Perception.
14. Very faintly, through your dear ears, you hear a voice going, "Hello? Hello?" And it seems to be coming from back above the staircase. From down the hall and a bit of ways out of there.
Like from the ring?
Yeah.
Can I poke my head up there? Is anything going on?
Yeah, as you walk over there, making your way past the party, up the stairs. You see a very sort of confused Badger staring around at all the thrones, looking at everything in the area.
Huh. Interesting.
How was that?
I jumped through the portal.
You jump through the portal.
I think I was sort of wandering through the circle. How did that work?
And as you do so, you see the I rolled a dex check, just the Badger. You see the hair at the back of its neck rise up for a second, and it just leaps out of the way, and you see sparks sort of boom onto the ground in front of you. You don't see anything. He didn't appear to come out of anything. He just appeared. It seems the portal does not, whatever portal he appeared of, does not show up on this side.
Ooh, it's a portal of teleporting about 100 feet to the right, maybe.
No, for this is above ground or below ground. So.
Yes, you are below ground. Or well, above
I'm going
below
to
ground.
just walk around like a common person and be like, "Ah, that was fun. Let me go take my nap or my
Alright.
rest."
Alrighty.
I'm gonna go back and grab the key.
You can do so.
All right, so who wants the tattoos? I guess.
Well, for the meantime, because there's probably going to be a bit of debate about that. You guys are welcome to hash that out in the group chat or DMs. That's what we'll be closing off for this session, and be picking up next week.
We didn't even get through 4 watches.
You wanted something to happen during your watch, and it fucking did.
I know, it's second watch is
Yeah.
always the most likely for stuff to happen, which is why I ask for it.
Noted. All right.
Nothing will ever happen during second watch ever again.
Well, with that,
Shit, first watch.
thank you all for sticking around and watching. Yada yada yada. And we'll be here next week with air quotes.
We
Have a good
won't,
night, y'all.
because
I won't.
you're not all gonna
Oh,
be.
fucking.
Well, I guess we might be able to play without you.
Yeah.
'Cause we don't need you.
I'm gonna be selling stuff. If anyone's in the Williamsburg area, come by and see me at Scares That Care.
Yes, go to Williamsburg, buy the things, make her rich.
It'd be a
Or
miracle if like one person who's watching this was actually there.
That would be crazy. I would lose my mind.
that'd be pretty funny. But yeah,
We were planning going there anyways.
have a wonderful night, you all. Or don't.
You
You
get
don't
it.
have to, but you should. Where's the in stream button? This is getting awkward. There we go.